Get you one of these right here. Welcome back here to Louder Milk Field, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. I'm Brett Loftus for this neutral site matchup here this morning, not afternoon, not evening, morning here between Cal Lutheran and Christopher Newport. First, we're going to have the visiting lineup for the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Leading us off, shortstop Zach LaFata. Batting second, the left fielder Alex Carrillo. The three-hole hitter, the center fielder Max Heverly. Cleanups going to be the first baseman Zach Bullard, designated hitter, and then the five-hole Nolan Brooks. Batting sixth, the right fielder Gordon Richardson. Batting seventh and behind the plate again. He was behind the plate Thursday, and he will be again here this morning. Brendan Durfee. Batting eighth and playing second base Kyle Reeser, and then batting ninth and playing third will be Nick Fusari. We've got to take another 30-second break here, 60-second break, excuse me, and when we come back, we're going to have the home team, Christopher Newport, starting 9. You are listening to Piedmont Baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here at the Milk Jug, I'm Brett Loftus here for this neutral site matchup of Christopher Newport captains and the Cal Lou Kingsmen. Here, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Starting 9 for the Christopher Newport captains. Leading us off playing center field, the fifth-year senior Connor Clark. Playing second base and batting second, Daniel Elliott. Batting third, the first baseman. He was a starting pitcher for the captains yesterday, Jay Cassidy. The designated hitter and hitting in cleanup today, Kyle Schofield. Batting fifth and playing right field, Scott Crossan. Left fielder and hitting sixth, Alec Riley. Batting seventh and playing third, Braden Hodges. Batting eighth and behind the plate, Drew Caroline. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, Jonathan Fisher. Your starting pitchers for today is going to be Cal Lou's Chris Torres, and for Christopher Newport, Colby Schreiner. We'll have more about both of those young men when they take the rubber here. We're going to take another 60-second break. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem, and we'll get you ready for first pitch here on this good Saturday morning matchup between the Cal Lou Kingsmen and the CNU captains. You are listening to some baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. University Athletics on YouTube, Z98.7 FM. I'm Brett Loftus. Cal Lutheran and Christopher Newport matchup here this afternoon. We're going to take you to the national anthem. Welcome back here after the national anthem. Brett Loftus, Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Again, Christopher Newport University, the captains lost a heartbreaker last night to your Piedmont Lions, 6-5. Excuse me there. Had a little sneeze when Grant Olson walked it off on a hit by pitch, bases loaded. 0-1 to start the year for the captains. On the other side for the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen, the Kingsmen are 5-1 on the year, 1-1 in tournament play thus far. They beat Piedmont 5-3 Thursday afternoon, and then yesterday they dropped one to BSC 14-2. This is game 4 of 6 here in the Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. Piedmont will play later this afternoon at 2 p.m. when they play host to Birmingham Southern, and then Birmingham Southern and Christopher Newport will be the two teams to finish us off tomorrow at 12 p.m. Again, the home team is going to be Christopher Newport. They're wearing their blue uniforms, silver lettering and numbering with white pants, and then the opposition today, Cal Lutheran. Cal Lutheran is going to be wearing some purple tops with white lettering and numbering outlined in yellow stripes around the sleeves, and gray breeches. It's another good uniform game. Not quite as good as last night. We had black on black when Cal Lutheran and Piedmont faced off against each other. But again, today, still a good uniform matchup, a little purple and blue. Going around the diamond here, Drew Caroline behind the dish for Christopher Newport. He was back there last night. Jay Cassidy, the starting pitcher in last night's ball game for the captains, is the first. Daniel Elliott, who came in to pitch in the 8th inning last night, starting at second base. Jonathan Fisher at short. Braden Hodges at third. Alec Riley in left field. Connor Clark, the fifth-year senior, out there in center. And Scott Crossan in right field. Leading us off here for Cal Lou is going to be 1, 2, 3. Obviously, Zach LaFata, Austin Carrillo, and Max Heverly. We'll see Zach LaFata step up to the dish now at exactly 10 a.m. We're going to get started about right on time here from Demorest, Georgia. To our Cal Lutheran people watching out there in California, good morning to you. 7 a.m. out there in California, about 3 hours behind us there. We hope you guys are eating your Wheaties and drinking your coffee and enjoying it with us. First pitch of game 1 of 2 on today, 10 a.m. It's going to be a fastball chopped out to shortstop Fisher. Fisher fires a strike across to Cassidy. First pitch, first out of the day. So Zach LaFata retired there. Austin Carrillo, the sweet-hitting left-handed left fielder, going to step up to the dish.
Now step to the plate, number 2, Austin Carrillo.
Having a very good tournament here thus far, 2 for 5 in a tournament. Both of those hits, extra base hits with a double and a triple. Connor Jelly, he was on here with me last night. Piedmont utility man, actually scored the game-winning run for Piedmont last night. He described Carrillo as one of the sweetest swings he had seen here in his time at Piedmont from the left side, and I'd have to agree. Carrillo steps in. Colby Schreiner out there on the mound. Good breaking ball there, going to catch the outer half. Schreiner, a right-hander, 3-1 last year. He had 12 appearances. He did not make any starts. He had a 3.91 ERA in the year of 2021, 23 Ks and 14 walks, making his first appearance and first start of his collegiate career here in 2022. This one's fouled down the left field line into the CNU bullpen. 0-2 now. Schreiner, who is a sophomore, again making his first career start today from Centerville, Virginia. He was a bullpen arm all year last year, and then now getting a chance to be the guy to begin the game for the Captains. He's ahead here, 0-2. Here comes the delivery. Fastball catching out of corner, ring him up. Carrillo questioned that call. He'll get the explanation from the home plate up. And a beautiful pitch there. Fastball to sit on the outer half for out number 2. Schreiner is working here early. Max Heverly's going to step up to the dish now and see if he can kind of improve his tournament and get Schreiner out of a groove. First pitch to him is going to be a breaking ball on the inner half. Going to be a little bit too far in, 1-0. So far, Heverly only 1 for 6. Also with 2 strikeouts. Looking to improve here. 1-0 delivery to him. Breaking ball is going to catch the outer half in this righty-righty matchup. Even it up at 1-1. First pitch here in Demorest, GA. We're going to be sitting at about, there's a fastball, changeup, not going to catch the bottom of the zone. 2-1. It's going to be 54 degrees here at first pitch, according to the Weather Channel, as it's been warming up all morning. 2-1 delivery on the way. That one's low and in. 3-1 now. Earlier this morning, it said it was about 34 degrees here in the northeast mountains of the great state of Georgia. So at least it's warming up for these Captains and these Kingsmen. 3-1 at the plate now here with 2 outs. Schreiner delivers to Heverly, a fastball up and out of the zone. Max Heverly able to work Schreiner out of a groove a bit as he's able to draw a 5-pitch walk. Now stepping up to the dish, the cleanup hitter, Zach Bullard. Bullard had a good series thus far. He's 1 for 5. He's drawn a walk as well. He's played some very good first base defensively. Schreiner will have to go to the stretch for his first time this afternoon. Defense playing Bullard straight up, a left-handed hitter. Schreiner will check the runner Heverly at first. Comes set. Delivers to the plate. Fastball off the plate there. Seems like Schreiner really had his command going there in the first 2 ABs. And then he gets Heverly kind of lost it a little bit with a 5-pitch walk. And then now a fastball just way off the plate to the left-handed hitting Bullard there. You really have to expect Zach Bullard to be taken until he gets something good. And this one's in the dirt. A good pick behind home plate by Drew Caroline. 2-1 now. Cal Lutheran with the purple black sleeves today. It's not like the old Colorado Rockies uniforms. The built-in jersey sleeves. Almost look like East Carolina out there. The East Carolina Pirates with the purple, yellow, and black. Some good-looking uniforms on both sides. Comes set, Schreiner, 2-0 delivery. Again, bounces at 58 feet. Caroline makes a good pick there to keep it in front of him. And now we're working at 3-0. Seen 5 straight balls here from Kobe Schreiner out there on the bump. As we mentioned, the sophomore right-hander is getting his first start of his career. Made 12 appearances as a freshman, but all of those out of the pen. He's got to work from behind here, 3-0 with 2 outs. And he'll throw his 6th straight ball and issue his 2nd straight walk to Zach Bullard, and that'll bring up the 5-hole hitter, the designated hitter, Nolan Brooks. Brooks 1 for 5 in the series. He has scored a run. He's wearing some nice Jordan 1 cleats, little purple and black Jordan 1s out there. Cal Lu, a Nike school, so they match the uniform pretty well. Wearing the stirrups as well. Almost like, how do you want to be like Mike? I don't know if MJ wore the stirrups when he played, but still some good-looking cleats out there. Schreiner comes set, 2 outs, 2 runners on here. Delivers the first one to the plate, breaking ball. That'll catch low and away there. 0-1 count now. So Schreiner able to break that ball streak that he had, get back into the strike count. Still pitching out of the stretch. Heverly on second, Bullard on first, Brooks at the plate. Both of those guys reach via walk. No hits thus far. Schreiner, big swing and a miss there. The curveball in the outer half. Run it to 0-2. CNU defense here, the captains, playing straight up on Cal Lou. Not playing too deep or too shallow out there in the outfield are Riley, Clark, and Crossan. And they're looking for strike number 3 here to get out of this top of the first. 0-2. This one's sent to the outfield. Crossan has a beat on it there in right, and he'll get his nose under it. So 2 walks issued, both of those runners left stranded. Going to the bottom of the first inning, still deadlocked at 0. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Ready. Back here in the home half of the first inning at Loudermilk Field in this neutral site matchup between the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen and the Christopher Newport Captains. I'm Brett Loftus here on Z98.7 FM and at Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. 1-2-3 up here in the home half of the first inning for the Captains. Connor Clark going to lead us off here. Clark last night, 1 for 5. Sitting on 188 career hits coming into the season, has 189. Has a chance to become the 3rd captain in program history to record 200 career hits in his 5th-year season. Chris Torres will start us out on the mound there for Cal Lou. He's had 1 start this year. It was on February the 6th. 4 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, and 3 walks. His first pitch today will be a fastball outside, 1-0. Connor Clark here. Almost reminds you of a left-handed Ryan Friel up there as he foul tips that one into the backstop. Very compact swing. Able to make contact really well. As last night against the Lions, he did have 2 strikeouts and 5 at-bats, but able to work a good AB, and that's exactly what you want out of your leadoff man. Torres comes set. Righty-lefty matchup here. 1-1 delivery on the way. Clark drops a bunt down the third base line. It's a good one. Fusari hustling in. He'll just have to put it in his glove and eat it. Connor Clark, his 2nd hit of the year, and our first hit here out of the ball game. And now that's going to bring up the second baseman, Daniel Elliott.
Now, step number 7, Daniel Elliott.
Daniel Elliott going to swing it from the left side. He's a switch hitter. So righty-lefty matchup. Obviously, Cal Lou brings in a left-hander. Hit it from the right side. We saw Daniel Elliott coming in the 8th inning last night against our Lions in pitch as a late-inning reliever. And now starting at second base today, hitting in the 2-hole. Is able to get back in time over there at first will be Clark. Jay Cassidy and Daniel Elliott hitting 2nd and 3rd today respectively. Two-way guys. You don't see that too many often, and especially 2 two-way guys hitting back-to-back in one lineup. First pitch here, like a breaking ball, didn't break too much, up and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Sun still rising to its apex here in Demorest, GA this morning. Not too much shade. We'll start to see some shade here around 12 or 1, almost near the conclusion of this game. Third baseman Fusari playing on the edge of the infield grass. That's a fastball in the outer half, even up at 1-1. Expecting Elliott, I guess, to put a bunt down. He's taking his first hacks of the year, as obviously yesterday was not in the field, was coming out of the bullpen. And they'll check over there at first on Connor Clark again. He'll tell him he's okay, and it gets back in time, even it up at 1-1 still at the plate. Fusari still playing on the edge of the infield grass over there at third. Everyone else playing straight up here in the defense. 1-1 on the way. That one's going to be off the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wondering where the big American flag out there in right center today. Not blowing too much. Actually, not blowing at all. Very good day. It's a very stale kind of coldness here at 54 degrees. Wind not blowing too much. I'm sure those guys out there on the diamond are getting pretty warm pretty quickly with that sun beaming down on them. 1-1 on the way from Torres. This is chopped down to first. Bullard over his head and trying to make the play at second. Reeser slipped, could not make the throw. He'll have to eat it. So back-to-back infield hits here for CNU to start the ball game. And now stepping up to the dish, the first baseman, Jay Cassidy. Jay Cassidy last night against the Lions, first swing, first pitch he saw of the year, went deep off of Bodie Eilerston. So Cassidy looks to do the same here, at least put one in the outfield and put CNU ahead here early. Torres will step back on the rubber. Now into the stretch with runners on first and second. Cassidy, big left-handed bat up there, 6'4", big frame. First pitch to him, big breaking ball, breaks towards the inside, heart of the plate, 0-1. Torres looks in for the sign, comes set. 1-1 on the way to Cassidy. Another big breaking ball. So it's hit down the first. Bullard plays it off a hop off of his body. He'll go to second. Get Elliott out at second, but that's all he'll get. Cassidy reaches at first. Advancing to third is Connor Clark. And now stepping up to the dish will be Kyle Schofield. Schofield will be taking the designated hitter duties today. Has not appeared yet this season, so making his first debut of the year. He is a senior at CNU. Last year, Kyle Schofield hit .306, 2 homers, and 23 RBIs. So a pretty good left-handed bat up here at the plate for the Captains. He'll take a first pitch breaking ball in the inner half there, 0-1. Nick Fusari down there at third, still playing on the edge of the infield grass here. He has great range as a third baseman, maybe, perhaps, one of the best defensive third basemen ever come and play here at Loudermill Field. We've seen him make some incredible plays so far this weekend. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Here comes the 0-1, another big breaking ball chopped down the first base line, foul this time. Jay Cassidy over there on first, reach via fielder's choice. Connor Clark on third, an infield hit. A bunt single there to begin the game for us. That's how we got 2 ducks on the pond, both on the corners. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Torres will come set. Getting ready to 0-2 here. On the way, might have caught the outer half there, maybe a little up. It'll be called a ball, 1-2 now. We've seen some different zones this weekend. Thursday afternoon, very consistent zone. Friday afternoon, yesterday in our first game, very consistent zone. Last night, a bigger zone. We're seeing a pretty good zone from the home plate up thus far this afternoon. 1-2 on the way. Cassidy goes. This will be a foul ball hit down the first base line. So Cassidy will have to do 180 feet worth of sprinting there to second, now back to first. And we'll have to do the 1-2 yet again at the plate. Again, CNU playing their final game here at the Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. Could either be a really big morale booster and put them at 6-1 heading back to the West Coast, or 5-2, dropping 2 straight. 1-2, Cassidy goes again, called a ball. Throw down to second, got him! Brendan Duffy with a hose behind home plate. Connor Clark will stay at third. So runners on first and second, no outs, has quickly turned into a runner on third with 2 outs. Kyle Schofield has a chance here with Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here to drive in the first CNU run of the ball game. Chris Torres has a chance to bite one down here and get his team out of this bottom half of the first. Still scoreless ball game. Torres comes set. 2-2 on the way. Big breaking ball hammered down the right field line, and that'll just keep going towards the right. The bullpen catcher, or somebody down there in the bullpen for Cal, Lou was chasing that one down. Really going after it, man. They might need to put him out there in the outfield when they go to the top half of the second. Instead, we'll do the 2-2 tango yet again. Torres looks in for the sign. He'll come set. Still in the stretch here with a runner on third. Here comes the delivery. Chopped out to him. He'll have to go to his right a little bit. To his left, our right. Underhands it to Bullard at first for out number 3. So 2 infield hits. And then a fielder's choice. Not able to do the trick as 1 left on. And a scoreless bottom half of the first. 0-0 heading to the top half of the second inning. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Of the second inning. Colby Striner back out there on the bump for Christopher Newport. The captains of Christopher Newport playing host to Cal Lutheran Kingsman here in this neutral site matchup at Louder Milk Field. I'm Brett Loftus here on Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, as we're going to see 6, 7, and 8 due up here. Gordon Richardson going to lead us off, the right fielder for the Kingsmen, as he's had an incredible series thus far, 4 for 6 here in this Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. He'll square around the bunt, get it back in time. Big curveball catches the bottom of the zone there from Schreiner. 0-2. 0-1, excuse me. Schreiner, only issue for him there in the top half of the first was 2 walks. He'll have to get his command together here as he throws one that almost hits Richardson, even it up at 1-1. Righty-righty matchup here. Defense playing Richardson straight up. Braden Hodges down there at third playing a little in, but not quite touching infield grass. This one's hit out to the left center field gap. Alec Rowley getting on his horse. He'll get under it, though, in left field for out number 1. Gordon Richardson, 4 hits this series, and perhaps the hardest hit ball he's hit all weekend, and it's caught for out number 1. Now stepping up to the dish is going to be the backstop for the Kingsmen, Brendan Durfee. We're giving Mr. Durfee down the road a little bit in the Piedmont game Thursday afternoon. Kept switching out his mitts. He is rocking out with the black mitt, it looks like, thus far this afternoon. He'll be hitting from the left side as a left side hitting catcher here. Hosed out a guy in the bottom half of the first there. Very good arm behind the plate for Durfee as he'll take a called ball there, 1-0. Durfee 1 for 4 in that Piedmont game Thursday afternoon. Did not appear in yesterday's matchup versus Birmingham Southern. 1-0. He'll take that fastball in the outer half. It's a called strike, even it up at 1-1. Durfee having a little chat there with the home plate umpire, saying we need that call too, sir, when we get back out here on the diamond. Step back in the box. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Colby Schreiner into his windup. Foul tip, a little curveball at the top of the zone. Schreiner gets ahead now at 1-2. 2 hits in the ball game. Both of those belong to CNU thus far. 2 infield hits. Still a 0-0 ball game. Cal Lou looking for their first hit of the ball game. Schreiner goes into his windup. 1-2 on the way. Fastball off the plate there. Even it up at 2-2. Schreiner thus far been able to work ahead on quite a few guys. Seems like once he gets ahead, he wants to throw him one too many waste pitches. Once he can work on that and get ahead of his command. 2-2 on the way. It's another all-speed top of the zone in foul territory. Hodges will give it a chase. Instead, it'll be out of play. We'll do 2-2 yet again. Everybody able to get a new ball, get set back in here. Colby Schreiner able to get back set out there on the mound. Durfee back in the left-handed batter's box. Schreiner goes into his windup. 2-2 on the way. Again off the plate and low. We'll run it full at 3-2. Durfee working a good AB here. Schreiner able to work ahead at 1-2. Now we've ran it full to 3-2. Defense playing straight up here, except for Connor Clark out there in center, playing a little bit to his right. Full count on the way. This one's chopped down to first. Cassidy makes a backhanded play on it. He'll step on first for out number 1. Jay Cassidy says he can pitch, he can hit, he can field. Not only a two-way player, a three-way player. We saw him pitch a pretty good outing last night, 4 2/3 as the starter for the Captains last night. Also a solo homer, and he's going to step on first for out number 2 there here in the top half of the second inning. Stepping up to the dish now to second baseman Kyle Reeser. Reeser has had a good many ABs here thus far, 2 for 7 in the Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. He'll take an off-speed pitch on the outer half there, 0-1. Reeser hitting from the right side. He's one of the few guys, actually the only guy that stayed in the lineup and took all of his hacks yesterday in Birmingham Southern's win over Cal Lou, 14-2. Reeser, they'll say he went on that one. He tried to check his swing, 0-2 now. I'll have to say Kyle kind of gave a little smirk to the home plate umpires to say, no, I didn't. And I'll agree with Kyle. I don't think he went either. But nonetheless, the first base umpire said he did, so that's what our count stands at. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Colby Schreiner looking to work out of this inning. 0-2 on the way. That's going to bounce in the dirt about 59.5 feet. So that'll run the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Reeser steps back in there. Schreiner been able to work out of the windup. Looking to get a 1-2-3 inning here. 1-2 on the way. Big swing and a miss there off a sweeping breaking ball from Colby Schreiner. Man, that was disgusting. 3 up, 3 down there for the right-hander from Christopher Newport. Cal Lou will now take the field defensively here in the bottom half of the second. You're listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on 5, 6, 7 due up here for Christopher Newport in their home half of the second inning. I'm Brett Loftus here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. A dual cast here. If you're listening on the radio, you can also have a live video stream if you go over to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Or if you can't find us on YouTube by searching us, you can always go to PiedmontLions.com, look at the Piedmont Lions baseball schedule, and find the video link there. 5, 6, and 7, and leading us off here is going to be Scott Crossan, the right fielder for CNU. He'll take a first pitch, look like a change up there off the plate from Chris Torres. 1-0 count now. Chris Torres gave up 2 hits there in the bottom half of the first, but then he had a caught stealing and then was able to get a ground out there. As that one smacked back up the middle, that's not a cheap hit. Scott Crossan sends a line drive back up through the middle for the 3rd hit of the ball game for Christopher Newport, but the first hit that's actually reached the outfield. Alec Riley now stepping up to the dish, the left fielder this afternoon for the Captains. Have not seen Riley yet. It's his first appearance of the season. Junior left fielder for Christopher Newport. As Torres is back in the stretch now. Righty-lefty matchup. Fusari playing on the edge of the infield grass there. This one's low and almost in the dirt. Durfee pops up out of his stance. 1-0 count now. Alec Riley last season played in 29 games for Christopher Newport. Started 24 of those. 289 batting average. 2 homers and 22 RBIs. Checking the runner over there at first. Good move there by Chris Torres. Almost got Crossan lacking, but they'll say he was back in time. Because now Torres will get the ball back into the stretch. Torres comes set. Crossan takes his lead at first. Big breaking ball there, but it's going to be up and away. 2-0 count now. Guess it's being a little cold here this morning. Neither starting pitcher really able to get the command that they want to have thus far. Seeing a lot of plus counts for the batters so far. We'll see how that plays out the lineup and see if a team can bring home their first run yet. Still deadlocked at 0 in the home half of the second. Good pitch there on 2-0. Looked like a slider that broke across the zone. 2-1 count to the left-handed hitting Alec Riley. Scott Crossan standing over there on first base. He is having an incredible Piedmont early spring tournament thus far. As he went 3 for 4 last night against Piedmont. He'll almost get thrown out at first again, but just gets back in time. As Crossan now 4 for 5 in the early spring tournament. And Crossan, he's really got to do better by getting back. Chris Torres with an incredible first move over there to check the runner at first. Torres delivers the 2-1 home this time. Tried to frame it there, Brendan Durfee. But instead it'll be a called ball. 3-1 count now with no outs and a runner on first. This could be Christopher Newport's early opportunity to bring one across. Again, Chris Torres was able to bite down there in the home half of the first. He'll have to do it here in the home half of the second. 3-1 on the way. Big swing and miss there from Riley. Now the count is ran full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here. Fusari still playing on the edge of the infield grass there. At third, holding the runner, Zach Bullard at first. Now check him at first again. And Bullard tags him on the backside there. Couldn't quite get up to the shoulder, but he'll be back safe. Torres looks in for the sign. Comes set, full count, on the way. Torres delivers home. Swing, foul tip back into the net here. So we'll have to do the 3-2 yet again. For CNU right here, obviously the best thing would be a bomb here, 2-run bomb. Worst thing, though, would be a double play opportunity. And how shallow that Fusari's playing there at third, it could be a very, very good chance if they're able to want to hit down the third. Checking Crossan yet again. I hope Nick Torres or Chris Torres isn't on a pitch count today, because he's thrown about 5 of those over there to Scott Crossan. Keeping him safe, though. Keeping him in check. Full count to the plate. This one's fouled up and down the left field line, out of play. That one looked like it got down there near a truck. Hope it didn't tag nobody's truck down there, down the left field line. And we'll have to do the 3-2 yet again. Torres looks in for the sign. Backstop Brendan Durfee gives it to him. He'll come set here in the stretch. 3-2 on the way. And a call, strike 3 there. A big breaking ball from Chris Torres at the top of the zone. And Alec Riley tossed his bat. He thought it was ball 4, but instead he'll have to pick up his toss bat on the way back to the dugout, as that'll be out number 1. Stepping up to the dish now to third baseman Braden Hodges. Braden Hodges, 0 for 3 last night against Piedmont. Did score 1 of the 5 Christopher Newport runs, though. Joe Garwood and I were talking about him, old school guy, no sleeves, no gloves. And he'll take a big breaking ball there on the outer half against the right-handed hitting Hodges. 0-1 now. Fusari, I guess he's just going to play there no matter the batter. He's playing on the infield grass. Just playing so shallow over there at third as Crossing to get checked in, he gets back up standing. It's just incredible how shallow Fusari is playing right now. Coming set now, Chris Torres. 0-1 on the way to the plate. Another big breaking ball. Not sure where that one missed. I guess it missed a little in. It definitely was up enough in the zone. It'll even it up now at 1-1. Torres looks in. He'll come set at 1-1 and 1 out. So all ones fill up the scoreboard. Big swing and miss on a fastball in the outer half there. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Chris Torres looking up to pick up some more command here as he's progressing on in the ball game. He'll settle back in. Look in for the sign. 1-2, the home plate umpire gives it. Carlson takes his lead over there at first. 1-2 on the way. This one's chopped out to the shortstop, Lafada. 6, 4, 3. They won't get him over there at first, but they will get Scott Carlson at second. So they'll trade places and give an extra out. Carlson goes to the dugout. Hodges out there on first. And now with 2 outs, the backstop Drew Caroline steps up to the dish. Drew went 0 for 3, able to draw a walk last night, though, and score a run as well. Saw Caroline play some pretty good defense behind the dish thus far for Newport through 2 games. Breaking ball off the outer half there for another righty-righty matchup for Chris Torres. Center fielder Max Heverly out there doing box jumps in center field. Not getting enough action out there. I guess he's trying to stay warm. 1-0 delivery on the way. That one catches the outer half there like a changeup, even it up at 1-1. I'm not sure what pitch that Torres is throwing, but it looks like it's either got some cutting action or it's a changeup. Very good pitch, breaking away from right-handers. Throw it over to first now. They'll check Hodges back over there at first. Reach via the fielder's choice. Torres comes back set. 1-1 on the way. That one's hit down to first base. Gets past Bullard into right field. Gordon Richardson able to get to it. And they'll hold the runners at first and second here. And that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Jonathan Fisher. 0 for 4 last night. Jonathan Fisher with a strikeout. He's got a big chance right here, though, to break it open yet again. 2 runners on. Chris Torres got a bite down yet again. He'll look back and get the signs here from his second baseman, Kyle Reeser. Cal Lutheran coming off a big loss yesterday to Birmingham Southern, where they just got smacked around 14-2. They need a morale booster here today, and Chris Torres looking to bite the bullet here and able to get him out of his home half of the second. That one's hit out to the shortstop, Lafada, 6-4, and that's how we'll end the home half of the second. Able to avoid danger yet again are the Cal Lutheran Kingsmen. Christopher Newport, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on there. Heading to the 3rd inning, you are listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here to begin the top half of the third inning from the Milk Jug. I'm Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube and Z98.7 FM. Colby Schreiner is going to begin his third inning of work here out on the mound for CNU. He's been doing pretty well thus far as he's been hanging some zeros up there on the board. Still 0-0 ball game. His offense been being pretty productive. 4 hits thus far, just not been able to bring a home across a run. Neither is Cal Lou, a 0-0 ball game. So through 2, it's looking to make up. If you like pitchers' duels, you need to keep it here. So that's what it's looking like thus far. We've seen some good defense thus far, no errors. And 4 hits, all 4 of those hits coming off the bats of Christopher Newport. Leading us off here is going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Nick Fusari, the third baseman for Cal Lou. He's 1 for 5 through 2 games here in the Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. Playing the third here for Cal Lou. They beat Piedmont Thursday afternoon 5-3. Lost to BSC yesterday 14-2. Christopher Newport, their second game of the year and second game of the tournament. So we'll see Fusari take a breaking ball there over the plate, 0-1. Christopher Newport lost on a walk-off to Piedmont last night, hit by the pitch. Grant Olson, bases were loaded, able to walk in Connor Jelly. Fusari, check swing there, appeal down to first, he did go. No balls, 2 strikes now. Seen Fusari, even though he only has 1 hit in the tournament thus far, he's contributed greatly defensively with his glove. I mean, just an incredible defensive third baseman we've seen. 0-2 on the way. This one's hit out to left field. Riley on his horse. Hey, he said, I got some offense too for you there, Brett Loftus. Here's the first hit of the ball game for Cal Lou, coming from the 9-hole of Nick Fusari. So Fusari out there on first, stepping up to the dish. We'll turn the lineup back over. The shortstop, Zach LaFata. 0 for 1 with the ground out in his first AB there. Fata steps into the right-handed batter's box here. Another righty-righty matchup for Colby Schreiner. Schreiner pretty good through the first time through the lineup, only allowing 1 hit. See how Cal Lou matches up against him the second time through now. LaFata will square around the bunt. He's able to bring it back, though. His first pitch ball anyway, 1-0 count now. Third baseman Braden Hodges creeping up on the infield grass. He'll play all the way up, both of his cleats in the infield grass. Getting a good lead over there at first, Nick Fusari. They'll check him back. Jay Cassidy, the first baseman, won't even give him a tag. So he gets back safely. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs here in the top half of the third. First hit of the ball game there for Cal Lou. Nick Fusari. Line drive out to left field. Breaking ball breaks over the outer half there. As LaFata was squaring around the bunting and he brought it back, but a called strike 1. Speaking of Birmingham Southern and Piedmont, they'll play here later this afternoon at 2 p.m. The number 7 nationally ranked Panthers come in to take on the Piedmont Lions. Both coming off big wins yesterday. And they'll catch him in a rundown. Fusari, he's in a pickle. He broke towards second on the throwback, and now they got him in a pickle, back and forth, back and forth. Back to first he goes. They drop the ball in the pickle. How often do you see that, man? The pitcher, Colby Schreiner, went out there, had him dead in the water. And Nick Fusari lives to see another day. He's got to take off his helmet and regroup on that one. I tell you what, if you're playing MLB The Show right there, you're dead in the water every time on a pickle. Well, that's not real life. Nick Fusari, with some good hustle there, able to get back into first. Very reminiscent of Josh Harrison a few years ago, the Pirates' third baseman, able to beat a pickle there. Able to retreat back to first. So we'll have the 1-1 back at the plate now. Coming set, Schreiner. Schreiner delivers home this time. This is sent out to left field. Riley gets his nose under it. And that'll be out number 1. Fusari retreats back to first. LaFata got some good bat on that one. Didn't quite get enough here as the wind picking up just a little bit. But that one still had about another 75 feet to go to leave the yard. Now stepping up to the dish, the left fielder, Austin Carrillo. He struck out looking in his first time up. Seen Carrillo, very good 2-hole hitter. pretty much what you want out of your tool hitter. A guy that maybe can provide a little bit of pop, a good extra base guy. But more than anything else, what you want out of your top 2 hitters in the lineup is to get on base. And he's done that so far through the series, getting on base almost half. He'll take first pitch fastball off the plate there. 1-0 righty-lefty matchup here. Schreiner a right-hander, and then out the plate with Carrillo swinging it from the left side. Leading off over there at first, Nick Fusari. He got a leadoff single here in the top half of the third. Almost got caught in a pickle, and then they dropped the ball out there in the pickle. So now he's back at first. Another ball taken off the plate there, 2-0. Carrillo will step out of the box here, readjust those batting gloves. As I think he's expecting a fastball here. I would be if I was stepping up. Schreiner looks over at the runner at first. He'll look over again and comes set. Fusari got a pretty good lead over there. Schreiner will take a little too long for Austin Carrillo's liking. He'll step out, readjust those gloves yet again. I like a lot of these guys from Cal, man. They're wearing the stirrups. The old-fashioned 1980, some people call them leggings. I call them stirrups. Love that old-school look, man, from the West Coast Kingsmen. They'll check Fusari over there at first yet again. He gets back in time. They're going to have to throw some Dawn dish detergent, probably some, I don't know what else, some Tide Pods on Fusari's jersey. He's really dirty over there at first, as he's had to dive back a very few times. So to the equipment manager at Cal, make sure you wash 32's jersey a little bit extra. A good breaking ball there on the inner half, 2 balls and 1 strike. Still 1 out here. Fly out Zach LaFata in the last AB. Fusari over there at first. Carrillo got a 2-1 count at the plate. Still 0-0 if you're tuning in with us. 4 hits from Christopher Newport. Haven't been able to bring one across yet. The lone hit is Nick Fusari for Cal. He's standing over there at first. Carrillo back in the box. Schreiner out there on the mound, 2-1. Breaking ball, sits at the top of the zone. Good pitch there, 2-2. It looked like a slider. Wasn't the most breaking slider I ever seen, but just broke just a little bit towards Carrillo to even it up at 2-2. Coming set, 2-2 on the way. Same pitch, just a little bit higher. And it'll be a called ball 3. And we'll run it full out. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here. Big American flag out there in right center, picking up a little bit. Whipping back and forth, back and forth. Definitely not as windy as it was yesterday. So we were inching up to your double mile per hour winds. Probably about 1 or 2 miles per hour here this afternoon. Colby Schreiner, full count delivery, and it's going to be ball number 4. LaFata was taken off on the pitch, but he's able to trot about the last 30 feet of the base path. As Carrillo will trot down the first, runners on first and second, and then we'll bring up the center fielder, Max Heverly. Heverly thus far able to draw a walk in his first time around, so you have to record an at-bat. 1 plate appearance. Schreiner, a double play is a pitcher's best friend, and it would be his best friend right here to get the captains out of the top half of the third. Schreiner has some really good stuff. He's just been dealing with command issues thus far. We'll see it again in the left-handed batter's box to the right-handed hitting Heverly. Bounces about 58 feet, 1-0 count now. But on the same sense, give credit to the Kingsmen. Cal has been able to pick and choose kind of what they want. And through the second time around, we'll see how well they can fare against Schreiner. 3 walks thus far for Colby Schreiner. His second pitch there, a good breaking ball to even it up at 1-1. Breaks right across the heart of the plate. Schreiner looks in for the sign. He'll get it. Look at LaFata back at second. Look back again. Now the 1-1 on the way. Look like a fastball catches the bottom half of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Now, Schreiner, key here for him. He's been able to get ahead today. But working in plus counts, you cannot make a plus count or negative count for you out there on the mound. Got to be able to get the outs when you are in those plus counts. Come set. 1-2 on the way. That was a good pitch there, but it's fought off, up and out of play. We'll do 1-2 yet again. A lot of off-speed stuff here from Colby Schreiner. We've seen a very low percentage of fastballs. Probably the lowest percentage of any pitcher we've seen in this Piedmont early spring tournament. Throwing a lot of sliders, curveballs, mixing probably a few change-ups in there as well. Schreiner comes set. He'll look back at second. A long look, another second medium look. Delivers to the plate. This one's chopped out beyond the mound. Fisher has to make the play, picks it up, and that one bounces, brings Cassidy off of the bag over there at first. So that was a tough play for Fisher to make. Presume that will be a hit. And yes, Max heavily credited with the hit. So now with the bases juiced and only one out here, the cleanup man, Zach Bullard, steps up to the dish. Drew a walk in his first plate appearance. And this is why you put a guy like Zach Bullard in the cleanup spot. The 4-hole called a cleanup spot for a reason. The bases are juiced. Everybody got on in front of him. Only one out here. Hodges down there at third, playing on the corner of the infield grass. Good breaking ball there, a little bit off of the plate, though, 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup in favor of Bullard here. Still pitching out of the stretch, though, Colby Schreiner. He could choose to go back to the windup if he wanted to, but he'll stay in the stretch. Comes set. 1-0 on the way. Another off-speed pitch off of the plate. Schreiner behind 2-0 now. You could not fall behind with the bases loaded and the cleanup man at the plate. Zach Bullard with a big opportunity to bust it right open right here for the Cal Lou Kingsmen. Schreiner looks in. He's got a big chance to be clutch here early on in the ball game. 2-0 on the way. Another fastball off of the plate. 3-0 here. I'm sure the third base coach for the Kingsmen is looking at Zach Bullard right now, and it is a red light, a hard red light. Unless you get a fastball that can be sent to Atlanta, Georgia, you are not going to want to swing right here. 3 straight balls here for Colby Schreiner. Will he make it a 4th and a run? 3-0 on the way. That's a good pitch there, right on the outer half. 3-1. Schreiner will step off the rubber for a moment, recompose himself, steps back on. Big spot. Bases juiced here. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-1 on the way. Just catches the inner half, says the home plate umpire. Looked like another one of those good sliders from Colby Schreiner. Now we got a full count with 1 out here. We got a good many Cal Lou and Christopher Newport supporters out here. Everyone's on the edge of their seat here in the top half of the third early on in the ball game. Full count delivery, fouled back into the net. We'll have to do the full count yet again. Bullard in a bit of a defense mode now, but you got to remember, anything that bad you got to take. Jay Cassidy, the starting pitcher from yesterday, and the first baseman, is going to come out there and have a little chit-chat with his Drew Caroline, the catcher, and Colby Schreiner, the starting pitcher. As we mentioned, your Lions will be taking on the Panthers of Birmingham Southern later on today at 2 p.m. The Battle of the Cats, as we like to call it. Who will scratch first? And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll have Birmingham Southern take on Christopher Newport for the final game here in the Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. That will count as a mound visit. The home plate umpire looks up here and signals. Still in the stretch for Colby Schreiner. He'll look in from the signal from Drew Caroline. Zach Bullard at the plate. Bases loaded for him. Schreiner comes set. Full count delivery here. That'll just hit the outer half. Zach Bullard thought it was ball 4. Colby Schreiner, a perfect pitch there on a full count with 2 outs. With 1 out to make it 2 outs. So now we'll have the designated hitter, Nolan Brooks, step up. 0 for 1 with a fly out there. Colby Schreiner, he's already done the hard work there, getting the 2nd out. Now he's got to get the 3rd and keep it a scoreless ball game here. Nolan Brooks, though, he has the same agenda that his cleanup guy Zach Bullard had. You got to be able to drive in 1, potentially 2 of these guys. Breaking ball below the zone there, 1-0 count now. Schreiner, unlike a lot of guys who start, when the bases get loaded. Like to pitch out of the windup. Schreiner is staying in his stretch. You'll look in from the side from Drew Caroline. He'll come set out there on the bump. 1-0 on the way. That looked like a good fastball there. I don't know if it was too low or too in, but either way it'll be a called ball two. 2-0 now with 2 outs. I wanted to give a shout out to Coach Marty Slamack's wife, the Kowloon head coach, listening in today. Says she's enjoying listening to us. Big breaking ball there for a called strike 1, 2-1. Thank her for listening to us. She said that she loved Loudermilk Field, and that is beautiful. It is very beautiful. For all of you listening up in Newport News, Virginia, and out in California, ever get a chance to make your way to Demers, GA, please do. Beautiful views up here in the northeast Georgia mountains. Swing and a miss there. And it looked like Drew Caroline got hit where you don't want to get hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. He'll take the helmet off and walk around for a second. Looked like it might have caught him on the inner thigh. But either way, you don't want to get hit anywhere near that area. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here with the bases loaded. Drew still walking off with his helmet, trying to catch his breath there. I think that's really what happened to him more than anything else, kind of took his breath away there. He's back in his catcher's position. Caroline's got the chance to catch the 3rd out and a 3rd strike here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with the bases juiced. Colby Schreiner needs one more good pitch here to get him out of the top half of the 3rd. He'll come set. 2-2 on the way. This will be fouled up and out of play behind us near the Piedmont tennis courts here. 2-2 yet again. Speaking of Piedmont tennis will also have the Battle of the Cats today when they play host to Birmingham Southern, the Panthers, at around 1:30. So if you want to come down here and stand in between the tennis courts and the baseball field, you can watch BSC and Piedmont play for just about all afternoon. Both playing a sport of round ball. Baseball out here on the diamond and tennis up there on the tennis courts. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases still jammed. Colby Schreiner got to find extra gear here. Nolan Brooks, he's got to find something to put out there in the outfield. 2-2 on the way. This one sent out to the shortstop, Fisher, and that'll be an L6 to end the inning. Bases are left loaded. A very good inning there from Kowloon, just not able to bring one across. You are listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Here, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube and Z98.7 FM. We got the top of the lineup going to lead us off here in the home half of the 3rd for the Christopher Newport Captains. Chris Torres in his 3rd inning of work out there on the bump now for the Kowloon Kingsmen. Connor Clark, he got an infield single, a bunt single there to lead off the home half of the 1st for Kowloon. 1 for 1. He's getting ever so close to there to those 200 career hits. Very big accomplishment as a collegiate baseball player. He led Christopher Newport to no surprise last year with 45 hits. And he'll chop one out to second here to Reeser. Reeser, tough backhand play, fires it over to first, the bullet for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out there. Very efficient for Chris Torres. Now he'll have to face the two-hole hitter and the second baseman, Daniel Elliott. Daniel Elliott, I cannot brag on this guy enough. Came in and pitched last night in the later innings, starting at second base today. And on top of all that, he's a switch hitter. I mean, man, how often do you see that as he takes one on the outer half there, 0-1. One out here, bases are empty. Nick Fusari still playing on the edge of the infield grass there at third. 0-1 on the way. Big breaking ball there from Torres. Man, that was beautiful. As that'll catch the outer half. 0-2 now. Chris Torres seemingly settling in well here in the third inning. Getting in a good tempo as he'll step back on the rubber. 0-2 on the way to Elliott. Outer half fastball. Cal Lou dugout disagreed with that call. Thought he caught the outer half. 1-2 now. Torres shakes his head in agreement with the sign. 1-2 on the way. Another big breaking ball. Heard that one hit the dirt. That'll even us up at 2-2. Both of these guys pitching today, man. Chris Torres and Colby Schreiner. Some impressive breaking stuff. I mean, able to pitch backwards today and pitch well later in the counts. 2-2 on the way. This one hit out the left field. That was a fastball. Austin Carrillo able to gather that one up in left field. Get it back in to LaFata. And that'll be a one-out single there from Daniel Elliott. 2 for 2 this afternoon. Now stepping up the first baseman, Jay Cassidy. Again, another two-way player. We mentioned that earlier. Cassidy was able to reach via fielder's choice there in his first time around and then got thrown out at second by Brendan Durfee, the catcher for Cal Lou. Big breaking ball there. Durfee tried to frame it. Says a little too far out there, 1-0. Home plate umpire not really calling too much outside today. Zone's kind of shrinking towards the inside. We try to check the run over there at first Torres. As Elliott able to get back in time. He wasn't too far away from the bag in the first place. Had to do a little Icky Wood shuffle just to get back over there. 1-0 on the way from Torres. This one sent out to the second baseman, Reeser. 4-6. They'll get it there. No, they'll say it pulled LaFata off the bag. So they don't get anything there. Looked like Reeser made a good throw, but LaFata just came off of the bag. So it'll still be with just one out here. Elliott on second, Cassidy on first. And stepping up to the dish, it'll be the designated hitter, Kyle Schofield. Schofield with a ground out in his first time around. So reaching via another fielder's choice there will be Jay Cassidy. Second time today. Runners on first and second here for Torres. And a good, looked like a change up there on the inner half, 0-1. Right at the knees to Schofield with another righty-lefty matchup. It's a very lefty lineup here, especially at the top. 1 through 6 from the left side so far, with Elliott mixed in, switch hitter, but hitting from the left side this afternoon thus far. All-speed pitch, just hit up in the air. Fusari able to make the play on that one for out number 2. That one was one of those you usually see get hit foul, but just enough of it. A very shallow fly out there, pop out rather, should I say, to Nick Fusari over there at third. So that's out number 2, stepping up to the dish, the left-handed hitting Scott Crossan. The right fielder, one for one today, as he sent a line drive up the middle in his first time around. 2 on here. Christopher Newport got another chance to break this scoreless tie at 0-0. Torres, good off-speed pitch there, and Scott Crossan almost did, as that ball will go about 2 feet right at the first base bag. 0-1. Elliott on second, Cassidy on first. Elliott got pretty good speed out there at second. Hadn't really seen Cassidy run too much yet. We know he got caught stealing, but still looked like pretty good plus speed from him out there at first. Torres comes set. Second pitch here, fastball up and out of the zone, evening up at 1-1. Like I mentioned earlier, Torres for Cal Lou and then Colby Schreiner for Christopher Newport. Both have really good stuff, but still fighting to get that command. The only reason they might not go deep in this ball game here, one too many pitches. Or a few too many pitches, rather, should I say. This one is walloped out to right field, an all-speed pitch. Gordon Richardson getting on this horse. He'll catch it out there in right center field for out number 3. Richardson fires it back in the infield, but that's out number 3 anyway. Guess he wanted to get his little outfield throws in. So after 3 innings, we are still deadlocked at 0 between Christopher Newport and Cal Lou. We got a good pitcher's duel, though, heading to the top half of the 4th inning. You're listening to Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. "60 pitches thus far from Colby Schreiner, our athletic director. Coach Jim Peoples coming over here. He's out here for this afternoon. Come find him if you come to either one of the 2 games here at Loudermilk Field. I'm Brett Loftus on Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Again, Colby Schreiner, 60 pitches through 3 innings. We'll see how far he can go. Still no runs yet on either side. The only thing that has been plaguing Christopher Newport's Colby Schreiner has been the 3 walks, also 3 strikeouts as well. Leading us off here is going to be 6'7", Gordon Richardson, the right fielder for Cal Lou, leading us off. First pitch to him, that'll be sitting down the right field line, up and out of play. First strike. As we mentioned there, Richardson having a really good series thus far. 4 for 7. Hitting .571 in the series. Or in the tournament, rather, should I say. 0-1 on the way there to Richardson. Again, same pitch, about the same thing. Up and out of play, foul ball. Some of the Cal Lou guys will go get it behind the third base dugout. As it bounced right where our puppy dog section was yesterday down the first base line here. Hopefully we'll see some more of those today. Selling back out there, Schreiner on the mound. 0-2 on the way. Big breaking ball. Richardson got all of that one just a little bit late on it. Down the right field line yet again and out of play. Gordon Richardson barreling up a lot of baseballs just late here. Coming set out there to do 0-2 yet again, Colby Schreiner. Going into his windup. On the way. Whoa. Gordon Richardson almost got his head taken off on that one, and it'll be at 1-2. Richardson steps back in now. Still working ahead out there on the mound. Colby Schreiner, now he'll work even. That one's in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, been a bit of an issue today for Schreiner and for Torres as well of Cal Lou. Working ahead, and then they work themselves behind. 2-2 on the way. This one's walloped out to left field. Fisher couldn't get to it at short. Alec Riley will pick it up out there. Gordon Richardson, have an early spring tournament, man. This guy's spraying the ball all over the yard right now. Brendan Durfee steps up to the dish 0 for 1 today. As Gordon Richardson got on over there at first here in the top half of the 4th inning. Only the 3rd hit of the day for Cal Lou. Max Heverly was able to get one there in the bottom half of the 2nd. Nick Fusari as well. And then Gordon Richardson gets the 3rd hit of the day for the Kingsmen. So not too many Kingsmen piecing up Colby Schreiner out there on the mound. Just giving them free passes. First pitch there, Durfee hits that one out and behind us to the softball fields, 0-1. Game 4 of 6 here. Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. Game 1, a 5-3 win for Cal-Lou over Piedmont. Game 2, 14-2 win for BSC over Cal-Lou. As we'll see this one in the dirt. Even it up at 1-1 here. Game 3 of the early spring tournament. Piedmont able to win on a walk-off last night, 6-5 over Christopher Newport. And then here, Game 4 today, we're deadlocked at 0-0. Game 5, BSC and Piedmont later this afternoon at 2 p.m. And then Game 6 closes out tomorrow, BSC and Christopher Newport. Colby Schreiner looks in here for the sign. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Durfee steps out here, calls time. Look back in here, Schreiner for the sign. Richardson, we know he's got some pretty good speed over there at first. Takes a good lead. He's going. All-speed pitch, called strike. Did he get there? Yes, he did. Good throw there from Drew Caroline, but not able to get there in time. Called strike at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no out. Gordon Richardson takes the double play threat away from right now. Colby Schreiner is in a plus count, though. Top half of the 4th inning here. Again, we're still deadlocked at 0. 0 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for the visiting Cal-Lou. 1 error for Cal-Lou. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for Christopher Newport. All-speed pitch off the plate there. Durfee takes it, evens us up at 2-2. Schreiner, as we mentioned there, had 60 pitches coming into this inning. He's having a long AB here with Brendan Durfee. Looking in here for the sign. He'll come set. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Richardson on second. That one's off the plate yet again, running us full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not seeing anybody getting warm in the Cal-Lou bullpen. Seeing some guys up and getting around down there in the Christopher Newport pen. Schreiner looking in yet again. Full count delivery. 4th full count he's worked into today. He'll deliver it here. That one's low and drags on the dirt, so it'll be ball number 4. Stepping up to the dish now, Kyle Reeser. Runners on 1st and 2nd here. No one on 3rd. We'll have time called here, merging John Harville, the head coach from the Christopher Newport dugout, and he'll pull it out to the bullpen, so we'll have our first pitching change of the day. That'll be the end of the line for Colby Schreiner. We're going to take a break here. You are listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. He was the guy that hit Grant last night. Welcome back here, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, Z98.7 FM. Colby Schreiner exits after 3+ innings pitched here. Stepping in to the ball game now, Kyle Lewis. Kyle Reeser still up at bat here. Runners on first and second, 2 ducks on the pond. It's Gordon Richardson out there at second, and then Brendan Durfee at first. Corner infielders playing in here in Hodges and Cassidy. First pitch here from Lewis. Catch the bottom half of the zone, 0-1. Kyle Lewis was the guy who hit Grant Olson last night, and it helped the Lions walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning with the bases loaded. So he only pitched a third of an inning, and now he's out here this afternoon going to look to try and eat some innings for Christopher Newport. 0-1 on the way. Reeser squared around the bunt. It'll be a dropped ball called number 2. Ball called 1, excuse me. Both runners advance. Now Richardson at second, Richardson at third, Durfee at second. Trying to see there if they got the tag on Durfee. It looked like it was just late from the shortstop, Jonathan Fisher. So now we'll even up the count at 1-1 here. Reeser now hitting with no outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and an even count. Hodges will play now on the edge of the infield grass. The first baseman, Cassidy, will play back. One. Reeser takes that one in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike now. 2 runners on will belong to Colby Schreiner. Schreiner, 3+, 3 hits, 3+ innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts there. Reeser ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike here. 2-1 delivery, that one again in the dirt there from Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis, sophomore from Leesburg, Virginia. Again, like I said last night, not to be confused with the Shiloh High graduate. Kyle Lewis also attended Mercer University, the 2020 AL Rookie of the Year, outfielder for the Seattle Mariners, and also Georgia native, Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis and Christopher Newport come set, 2-1 on the way. This one smacked up and out of play, even it up at 2-2. Kyle Reeser, look down here. He's 0 for 1 today, and then only 2 for 7 coming into today, so 2 for 8 in the tournament thus far. He's put together some incredible at-bat stuff. Always able to prolong an AB. And he's done that thus far, working back even at a 3-2 count. Comes the delivery, big swing there. Now I have to throw it down to first. They're going to come home with it, Richardson, and he missed the tag. They had to throw him out at first on a 2-2 count. To get him out at first, Cassidy fired one home, and Richardson just got under the tag. And that's an unconventional way to get the first out of the inning and the first run of the ball game there for Cal Lutheran. Christopher Newport to surrender it. 1-0 Kingsman. Head coach here, John Harville for Christopher Newport, is going to come out and question the call. Because Drew Caroline said that he caught it in the air, said that he did not, that's what he's arguing, that he did not touch the dirt. So Caroline is arguing that he should have never had to throw it down to first. Harville, after a discussion, will head back to his third base dugout. Harville obviously does not look pleased. And if that is the case, that Caroline caught it in the air, I wouldn't be pleased either. However, the home plate umpire said it hit the dirt, and honestly, from where we're at up here in the press box, I couldn't tell either way. But nonetheless, 1-0 ball game as the Kingsmen from Cal Lu take the first lead of the day. Nick Fusari got a chance to extend it here with Brendan Durfee standing on third and only one away. Lewis comes set out there on the mound. Still pitching out of the stretch. First pitch here to Fusari, a breaking ball low and away. 1-0 count now. Trying to come set, Lewis comes set here. 1-0. On the way. Had like a fastball there that touched the dirt, low and away, 2-0 now. Lewis, again, like we saw last night, I mean, he helped Piedmont walking off with the hit by the pitch. Really trying to gain his command together here, just like all three pitchers have tried to do today. Colby Schreiner starting the game. Schreiner, I know it's still early here in the top half of the fourth, in line for the loss thus far. As that'll be in the dirt yet again, 3 balls, no strikes. And Lewis trying to throw some good off-speed stuff, but it's just not sticking. It's like snow in 40-degree weather. Once it hits the ground, it's just going to melt. Three balls, no strikes, 1 out. Brendan Durfee standing there on third, 1-0. After a strike him out, throw him out at first in the dirt, Gordon Richardson comes home from third. And that's a fastball low and away to catch the zone, 3-1 now. Gordon Richardson just still being able to produce runs here. And Kyle Reeser, despite being over 2 with 2 strikeouts today, able to produce a quality enough AB to bring home the run, despite striking out, as odd as that sounds. 3-1 on the way, up and out of the zone. Issue a 5-pitch walk here to Nick Fusari. So we'll turn it back over now. Zach LaFata stepping up to the dish with 2 ducks on the corners. And only 1 away. Double play opportunity, definitely in check here. Durfee at third, Fusari at first, LaFata now in the batter's box, 0 for 1 with a ground out and a fly out. Check the runner back over there at first. And he'll get back in time. Cassidy can't even put the tag down on Fusari. Still only 1 away here. But only 1 run at home as well. Feels like it's been a lot longer inning than that with the mid-inning pitching change. As Colby Schreiner took his seat. Now Kyle Lewis out there. First pitch to LaFata going to be off the plate here. 1-0 count now. Top half of the fourth. At the Milk Jug. Lions will play later, your Piedmont Lions, as they will play the Birmingham Southern Panthers. Checking Fusari over there at first yet again. No oblige. 1-0 count now. One run, 3 hits, 1 error for Cal Lou. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for Christopher Newport. Kyle Lewis trying to keep it that way at 1 run. 1-0 delivery in the dirt. Runner advances to second, Fusari. And that takes away the double play threat yet again. 2 balls, no strikes now. And only still 1 away. Two balls, no strikes, 2-0 delivery on the way. This is smacked out to center field. Connor Clark gets under it. This will score at least 1 as Clark gets back in. Sack fly and an RBI. Brendan Durfee able to come home here. 2-0. Cal Lou leads here in the top half of the fourth inning. So Zach LaFata, a run producer here, is now with a runner on second in the form of Nick Fusari. Austin Carrillo steps up to the dish. 0 for 1, he's drawn a walk and struck out looking in 2 plate appearances thus far. Carrillo has a long pre-at-bat routine. He steps up there, touches his bat about 5 times, readjusts the batting glove, steps in there. That's what you call swagger, ladies and gentlemen. And when you have a sweetest swing in Austin Carrillo's, you can do that. Kyle Lewis comes set, looks back at second. Delivers home here. Big breaking ball up and out of the zone, up near the chin of Carrillo. 1-0 count now. Carrillo steps back in there. Two already across. 2 are out, though. 2-0 Cal Lou here. Christopher Newport hadn't been able to bring one home yet despite 5 hits. 1-0 on the way. Carrillo sends this one out to second to Daniel Elliott. He'll play it off a couple of hops. Throw it over to first to Jay Cassidy for out number 3. So 1 left on there, but 2 runs only on 1 hit. Able to draw walks. Walks is the name of the game right now. And that's how Cal Lou leads 2-0 heading to the home half of the fourth. You are listening to baseball here on Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Seven, 8 due up here, and leading us off is going to be the left fielder, Alec Riley here. Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. I'm Brett Lofton as that one is smacked out to center field. Max Everly plays it off a couple of hops as Alec Riley gets his first hit of the 2022 season right there. Now 1 for 2 on the day. Again, I'm Brett Loftus here. 2-0 ball game as the Cal Lou Kingsman lead the Christopher Newport Captains. Stepping up to the dish now is going to be our throwback player of the game, Braden Hodges. For all those listening out there on the radio, no sleeves, no bat and gloves. He had on stirrups last night as well. He's wearing open bottom pants today, so not quite as throwback as Mr. Hodges was in last night's ball game, but still throwback nonetheless. Chris Torres still working out there on the mound for Cal Lou. First pitch here will be low and away. Ball number 1, 1-0 count now. Torres going to check over there at first. Getting back in time will be Riley. Chris Torres has an incredible first move to first. I mean, he's really able to been getting those runners back, and their hesitations are not the best over there in the Christopher Newport runners, and Torres has just got them lacking a few times today and almost had a few outs. That's a good change up there. Not sure where that one missed. 2-0 now. That one looked almost about right down the middle. I guess it missed a little up, I'd assume. So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs here. Check the run over at first again. He's back safely. Again, Torres went 4 2/3 in his first start of the year. Now in his 4th inning of work here in the 2nd start of the year. Almost a week later, just 6 days ago, February the 6th, he made his first start. Good fastball there on the inner half, 2 balls and 1 strike. Thus far for Mr. Torres. 6 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. Pitching to a lot of contact, having to trust his defense behind him. And that's a breaking ball called on the outer half there to the right-handed Hodges. Even him up at 2-2. Chris Torres, kind of a throwback guy a little bit. Pitching to contact, not a big strikeout guy. As we mentioned, only 1 strikeout today. No extra base hits for Christopher Newport. They've gotten 6, but not anything that's really been able to do any kind of damage. 2-2 on the way. That's going to be off the plate. Now we're going to run it full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Torres has been able to bite down on these full counts all day long. Has yet to walk a captain from Christopher Newport. He's in danger of it right here, though, at 3-2. Check the runner at first. Zach Bullard, the first baseman, had to kind of reach out and grab that one out of the air. Almost went past him. Runner gets back safely. Torres looks in. Full count delivery on the way. Whoa! I think that one might have gotten the shoulder or the helmet. Braden Hodges will tap his helmet and say it barely caught him. Either way, that would have been ball 4. Looked like a hit by a pitch, though. So now runners on first and second. Drew Caroline, the backstop for Christopher Newport, will step up to the dish. Fusari down there at third, playing on the edge of the infield grass. Runners on first and second, and only no outs here in the home half of the 4th inning. Official scores will rule that as a hit by the pitch, as that's what Hodges said. He has the little face guard on his helmet, so he said that's where it barely caught him at as he ran down to first. Step off here, Torres does an incredible Joe Shiesty impression. A little pump fake action there. Got the Super Bowl tomorrow afternoon, and it'll be played. We got some, actually, relation to Cal Lutheran. The L.A. Rams use Cal Lu as their practice facility. So, or they did it back in 2016 when they moved there. Button down the third base line. This one will roll just foul. Fusari picks it up in foul territory. So now it'll be 0-1. So a little relation there to Cal Lu. Cal Lu about an hour 4 minutes south of L.A. So not too far south, about 40 minutes. So they're in Georgia right now with us, and then they'll be out there tomorrow afternoon right there near the Super Bowl. Wonder if we got any Cal Lu family, parents, or even players going to the Super Bowl tomorrow. I'm sure we got some Rams fans out there playing for the Kingsmen today. On the other side, the Cincinnati Bengals. Bullard playing way in on the infield grass over there at first. Fusari playing on the edge of it at third. No balls, 1 strike, no outs, 1 runner on. And they'll catch him in a pickle here at first. A throwback by the catcher. And they'll run him back. They'll run Hodges back. Runner advances the third, though, and Riley. So they traded an out for an advancement there. So now, no balls, 2 strikes. Runner tagged out in the rundown at first. And now a runner advances the third, and Riley. So with no balls, 2 strikes, and only 1 out. No balls, 2 strikes. No, 1-1. A lot of confusion there. I didn't see anything from the home plate umpire. Now he'll give us 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on third here. All the infielders will come onto the edge of the infield grass. Torres, a beautiful curveball there. That'll catch the outer half. Drew Caroline doesn't agree with the call. And usually when you see the opposing catcher at bat who doesn't agree with the call, it's either he hasn't been getting the call or he wants to get the call. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Again, all 4 infielders playing on the edge of that infield grass out there. 1-2 on the way. This one's sent down the first base line just to the right of the foul line. And Christopher Newport almost got one back there as Chris Torres will keep his scoreless outing for just another moment. Alec Riley out there on third. He got a single, then advanced to second on the wall or on the hit by pitch of Hodges. Hodges thrown out in a rundown. Riley advances to third on that one. And now Drew Caroline into the dish with a 1-2 count. 1-2 on the way. Big swing and a miss down the breaking ball. Chris Torres, cool as a cucumber in the freezer, man. Now with 2 outs, stepping up to the dish, it's going to be the shortstop, Jonathan Fisher. And Chris Torres needs another big out, number 3 here to conclude matters in the 4th. This guy's been impressive today. He hasn't had the best command, but he's been able to use what he does have. Big curveball there on the outer half. They'll say it was outside. 1-0. He looks to strand another runner here. Out of the zone, fastball up and out of the zone, 2 balls and no strikes. So far, Christopher Newport has left 5 on base, and Cal Lou has left 6 on base. So it hasn't been an issue of base runners. It's been an issue of getting them home. And Cal Lou is winning 2-0. They've been able to get 2 across. Chris Torres, a big change up there for strike number 1 on the outer half. Righty-righty matchup here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Runner on third. Torres looks in, pitching out of the stretch here. 2-1 delivery. That one sent down the first base line and foul. Knocks off of the first base dugout of Cal Lou. Now Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for the 3rd time this afternoon. Our tournament high for a game in this tournament was 10 in the BSC Cal Lou game yesterday. 2-2 on the way. Cal Lou wanted to strike out there, and they'll say it was a little too far out. So Torres now working in a full count with 2 outs and a runner on third. A big moment for him here. The junior right-hander making his 2nd start of 2022. Can he get out of the home half of the 4th inning? We'll have to wait another pitch as Fisher fouls that one up and out of play. We'll do the 3-2 tango yet again. Bottom of the 4th inning. 1 runner on. 3-2 on the way. This one's sent out to right field. Gordon Richardson gets his nose under it, and that'll be out number 3. Chris Torres, man, is this guy cold-blooded or what? Able to strand yet another runner. No runs, 1 hit, 0 errors. Going to the top of the 5th inning, Cal Lou working on a 2-0 lead over Christopher Newport. You're listening to Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Again, the top half of the 5th inning from the Milk Jug, as we'll see Kyle Lewis back out there on the rubber for Christopher Newport. Leading us off here is going to be the heart of the order for Cal Lou, Max Heverly. 1 for 1 with a walk, as he will face Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis, for the first time in the tournament, we'll see him pitch out of the windup, as every time he's came in with runners on. First pitch strike there, 0-1. 2-0, as we've seen Cal Lou strike those 2 runs in the top half of the 4th inning. Able to score 1 on a ball in the dirt, a throw him out, strike him out at first. Gordon Richardson able to come home on that one. And then an RBI sac fly from Zach LaFata, 2-0. Ball in the dirt there, even it up at 1-1. Going into the windup, 1-1 on the way. Big curveball there, sits at the bottom of the zone, 1-2. Final line there for the starter, Colby Schreiner. 3+, 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Heverly awaits the 1-2, and that one will bounce about 56 feet. A good spike there, or a good pick there, rather, should I say, from Drew Caroline to even it up at 2-2. Defense playing regular here, playing straight up. Heverly awaits the 2-2 from Kyle Lewis. That one is low, will bounce again, run it full at 3-2. Starting to see some shadows be cast out there on the field. The Pines are casting a shadow on the wall out there in center. And starting to see the big Loudermilk Field sign above us cast a shadow right here behind home plate. Full count on the way. Heverly chops this one off the plate, and foul behind him. We'll do 3-2 yet again. Seeing some good pitching today, but just command is not there for some of these guys. Chris Torres, the cold-blooded. See if he'll go out there for the 5th. If he does go out there and complete the 5th inning with still the lead intact, he will be in line to be the winning pitcher. Full count on the way. This one's hit right back up the middle. Good piece of hitting there from Max Heverly. It wouldn't hit it hard, but it was placed perfectly. Daniel Elliott had to go to his right and could not get there. So a lead-off single. Now stepping up to the dish is going to be the first baseman, Zach Bullard. Clean-up hitter, 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout looking. A walkout. I think I combined strikeout and walk. But 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout looking. Braden Hodges down there at third, playing a little close. Heverly had to do a little swim move there. It looked like Michael Phelps trying to get back. He's able to get there safely. As now Bullard in the box. He'll take first pitch there. It'll be a called strike 1, 0-1 count. Zach Bullard really reminds me, we got another player comparison here, Mark Grace. Does wear batting gloves. Mark Grace didn't wear batting gloves. He's really giving me very Mark Grace, very reminiscent of him. Former Cubs and Arizona Diamondbacks first baseman. We'll see Heverly dive back in over there at first yet again. He's safe. It's kind of his batting stance, how he steps up there to play. Very big frame. Hitting clean up here for Cal Lou Kingsman. Check him over there again. Jay Cassidy, the first baseman, thought they might have had him. Still safely back over there at first. Max Heverly. 0-1 yet again at the plate. We'll see if it's at the plate. They might check Heverly over there at first. Heverly looks like he wants to run, so that's why they keep checking him. To the plate this time. And yes, they'll say Bullard win on the ball in the dirt. Check swing there. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Top half of the 5th inning. Cal Lou leads 2-0. Looking to build that lead here. As they are. They're still getting out hit by Christopher Newport 6-4. They're winning ball game 2-0. Bullard, can't tell who he fouled that one off of. Fouled it off of somebody. And we'll do 0-2 yet again. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for Cal Lou. Christopher Newport, no runs, 6 hits, no errors. 2 of the 4 Cal Lou hits that come from Max Heverly. He's trying to get picked off at first, and that one will sail down the first base line. Elliott goes in the right field. The second baseman throws it back in, and Heverly now stands at second. So trying to keep him at first turned it now into an issue as he's in scoring position on second with still no outs here. Bullard at the plate, no balls, 2 strikes. Looking in here, Kyle Lewis, he'll come set. 0-2 on the way. That's up and out of the zone. 1-2 now. Still working in plus count here, Kyle Lewis at 1-2. He'll look in here, pitching out of the stretch. As I mentioned, seen him pitch out of the stretch to everybody except for Heverly, who he pitched out of the windup to. 1-2 on the way, sent up and out of play. 1-2 to be done yet again. A lot of foul balls. A lot of guys staying alive today. Some lengthy at bats here so far from the Milk Jug. Kyle Lewis is looking in here. He'll come set. Righty-lefty matchup with he and Bullard. Bullard from the left side. Look at Heverly at second. Delivers home. Breaking ball inside here. Almost caught Bullard on the knee. He won't flinch, though, to even it up at 2-2. Again, same story, different pitcher. Kyle Lewis has been able to work in plus counts to his favor today, and then he works back even or maybe works into a negative count here. Got to get them out when you got them, when you have them down in the count. 2-2 on the way. Look like Bullard chased that when it's in the dirt. They'll say he didn't go, the second base umpire. So now we've ran it back full at 3-2. Some nasty stuff in the dirt there. Bullard checked his swing. Like I said, they say he checked it just in time to run it full. Max Heverly on second. He reached via a leadoff single and then advanced on a throwing error from the pitcher over to first base, trying to keep him at first. And now Bullard awaits the 3-2. This one smacked back up the middle. Heverly's going to be waved. Connor Clark comes up throwing, but they won't have a play at home. 3-0. Cal Lou leads there. RBI single from the cleanup man, Zach Bullard. Nolan Brooks comes up, looks to keep the line moving here. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 flyouts. But looks to keep the line moving here with Bullard on first. And again, trying to hold Heverly over there at first. That speaks crucial now. When they threw it down the line there, now Heverly able to go second to home on that hard hit single from Zach Bullard. 3-0. Cal Lou leads over the Christopher Newport Captains. First pitch there, up and out of the zone. 1-0 count now. Coming set, Kyle Lewis. 1-0 on the way, up and away out of the zone. As Nolan Brooks has worked into a plus count 2-0. Bullard over there at first. Gordon Richardson stands on deck waiting in the looms. Max Heverly sitting back in the dugout. Having an incredible day. 2 for 2 with a run scored. Also drawn a walk. He's reached in all 3 of his plate appearances thus far. That's one a bounce in the dirt and behind him. Bullard easily gets to second. He'll round it there. Caroline gets to it, throws it back to the pitcher, Kyle Lewis. Lewis has just looked shaken up since he stepped out there on the mound. And we got something going on out there in left field. Oh, guys warming up in the bullpen. I guess we had an errant throw or something, and the ball went out on the field of play. So the left fielder, Alec Riley, had to go chase that one down. Down here, the home team, the Piedmont bullpen is down the left field line. C&U being the home team here in the first game, using the Piedmont bullpen. So, guess we had some guys warming up down there, and had some errant throws. Cal Lou using a opponent's bullpen as they're using the first base dugout today. Kyle Lewis got a bite down right here. 3-0 count, no outs. Already one across here, no outs. Big emphasis on no outs. And Zach Bullard on second. Hard red light there to Brooks as he takes one low and away. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike now to the right-handed hitting DH of Nolan Brooks. Brooks awaits the 3-1. This one's sent out to the second baseman, Daniel Elliott. He had to go to his left, but he catches it in the air. Count that one in an L4 at your books at home for out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Stepping up to the dish now is going to be the right fielder, Gordon Richardson. And, man, this guy's been on fire. 1 for 2 with a run scored, and he has 2 stolen bases in the ball game as well. He's played very well in the first 2 games here, both Thursday and yesterday. As coming into today, we mentioned Gordon 4 for 6, as he's now 5 for 7. Very good defensively in right field, as sure-handed as they get out there. That's Bullard on second. Richardson, big swing there, sends one out towards right field. It'll be foul. Will it stay fair? Stay in territory? It will. Stay in the playing territory there. Crossing, I don't know if he got his glove on it or not. He didn't catch it out there in right field. Looked like he was out there by where Piedmont keeps the tarp at in right field. But either way, that'll be a long strike 1. I've seen Gordon be on a lot of baseballs today. He's got under him and been a little late. That usually translates to hits when you're on the baseball. Runner on second. Bullard, Gordon Richardson at the plate. See Kyle Lewis step off here. Gordon Richardson has hit the lone homer for Cal Lou thus far. They haven't hit a homer since they've been here in Demorest. As that one's taken in the dirt and bounces away, Bullard got about halfway down the line and will retreat back to second. So that'll even up things at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on here. Gordon Richardson at the dish facing Kyle Lewis. He came in to replace the starter Colby Schreiner after 3+. So now Lewis in his second inning of work now. One delivery. Richardson sends that one up to shoot. First baseman Jay Cassidy playing it in foul territory. He calls off the pitcher Lewis. Almost a collision there. So Jay Cassidy able to make the play on that one for out number 2. Now Brendan Durfee, the left side hitting catcher here. Pardon me there. Stepping up to the dish. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. So still with Bullard out there at second. Already one across here with Bullard's RBI single. That drove home Max Heverly. Looking to make it a little bit more. Looking to make their lead swell a little bit more. Righty-lefty matchup here for Kyle Lewis. First pitch there bounces in the dirt. Durfee tells Bullard to hold out there at second. 1-0 count now. Battle of the Cats later on here today at Loudermilk Field. Birmingham Southern and Piedmont play here at 2 p.m. They'll also be facing off in men's and women's tennis here at the Bergen Tennis Courts at Piedmont University. Make sure you come on out to see both of those here. 2 p.m. for baseball, 1:30 p.m. for tennis. 1-0 on the way. That's up and out of the zone. Run it to 2-0 now. And then tomorrow afternoon, for all our Christopher Newport captains watching here and listening, they will play the Birmingham Southern Panthers to close out our Piedmont Early Spring Tournament tomorrow at noon. So we're eating breakfast with all our Cal-Lou people this morning out on the West Coast. We'll be eating lunch with the Christopher Newport Captains and the Birmingham Southern Panthers here tomorrow afternoon. Coming set here. 2-0 on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt. Durfee tells Bullard to hold yet again. 3-0 now. Just seems like Kyle Lewis has not been able to get his command together all game since he entered there in the top half of the fourth. Still working through it, though. Christopher Newport, they've been able to hit the ball well today. Definitely not out of it, down by 3. 3-0 on the way. Takes that one low. It'll barely catch the bottom half of his own. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Top half of the 5th. Lewis looks in for the sign from his backstop, Drew Caroline. He'll come set, look out at second. 3-1. Off of the plate here, Brendan Durfee with a 5-pitch walk. So now bringing up the second baseman, Kyle Reeser. Reeser with 2 strikeouts, but he had about one of the most productive strikeouts you can have when he struck out a ball in the dirt, ran down to first, and then Gordon Richardson, who was on third, was able to score off of that. Head coach for CNU, John Harvell, will step onto the field. And that will be the end of the road there for Kyle Lewis. We're going to take a quick break here during this pitch and change. You're listening to Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Milk Field, and stepping on to the diamond now is going to be the senior right-hander, Thomas Wells. So that's the end of the line for the right-hander, Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis today worked in an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, a strikeout, and also 1 earned. And the 2 runners on base right now both belong to him as well, so that could swell to 3 earned, possibly. Looking here at Thomas Wells' history here in the stat book. Thomas Wells in 2021, a 4.50 ERA. Only made 4 appearances, all of those out of the pen. Gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and only 2 extra base hits. So now making his first appearance here in his senior season, Thomas Wells. Kyle Reeser back out as he will be able to hit now. He's got 2 buddies out there on the bases. As Nolan Brooks stands at first, and then Brendan Durfee out there, Durfee at first, and then out there at second is Brooks. Bullard at second, Durfee at first. Pardon me there. Thomas Wells out there on the mound to face Kyle Reeser at the plate here. 2 outs. Got to stop the bleeding if you're Christopher Newport here. That one will bounce in the dirt. Bullard takes off the third. Drew Caroline throws it down there. It goes between his legs. Bullard gets up. He's going home. Durfee's going to go first to third. He got caught up down there. They're going to stop Durfee at third. They'll get it back in. Durfee dives back into third. He's safe. On that, though, scoring all the way from second is going to be Zach Bullard. So make it a 3-0 ball game. So ball in the dirt. Tried to throw him out at third. Zach Bullard goes through the legs of Hodges. Brendan Durfee hustling, bustling, stussling all the way from first to third. He almost wanted to go first to home, but the third base coach for Cal Lou held him up right quick, and then he had to dive back into the third base bag to get back in time. So all that, just one pitch from Thomas Wells. That'll be sent right back to him. A chopper, he'll throw it over to get Reeser out. So 2 pitches. One of them scores a run, and the other gets out number 3. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on there in the top half of the 5th inning. Going to the bottom half of the 5th, Cal Lou continues to extend that lead. Now out to 4-0 over the Captains from Christopher Newport. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here to Louder Milk Field, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Turning over the lineup for Christopher Newport. 1, 2, and 3 due up here. Connor Clark will lead us off in the home half of the 5th inning. Chris Torres still out there on the bump. And now with a 4-0 lead, can pitch with a bit more of confidence. If Torres is able to complete this inning and still with the lead intact for Cal Lou, he will be in line to be the winning pitcher. And he's pitched like it today. Chris Torres has pitched like an ace. Through 4 innings thus far, 6 hits, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Pitching to a lot of contact, but doing a successful job at it. Is a beautiful first pitch fastball, caresses the outer half there. 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Connor Clark slinging it from the left side. Daniel Elliott, a switch hitter, will swing it from the left side on deck. And then Jay Cassidy in the hole, a left-handed hitter as well. 0-1 on the way. Big curveball there. Hit out to the second baseman, Reeser. Reeser underhanded to Bullard for out number 1. That thing took about all year to get to home plate, but when it did, Clark could not sit back enough and chops one out to the second baseman, Kyle Reeser, for out number 1. Now Daniel Elliott, the switch hitting 2-way player, steps up. He's been one of the very few bright spots for the Captains of Christopher Newport here this afternoon. 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He takes a big curveball there from Mr. Torres for strike 1. So impressed with Chris Torres. This guy has got it. Whatever it is in your book, he's got it. 0-1 on the way. Big fastball there, fouled up and out of play. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Torres working with some tempo. He seems to do better that way. I mean, obviously, any pitcher that's able to work in their own tempo does better. But Torres in up-tempo gets his ball, steps on the rubber, ready to go. 0-2 on the way. Good curveball there. That might have caught the outer half. I think it did, but it was just a little too low. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the switch-hitting Daniel Elliott. Back-to-back 2-way players here, Elliott and Cassidy on deck. 1-2. That'll be called a ball again, 2-2. Back-to-back good curveballs there for Chris Torres, but both just a bit too low. So leaving it up now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 yet again. That's strike 3 looking. A beautiful fastball in the outer half. Sherwin Williams painting the corner there from Mr. Torres. Out number 2, and now stepping up the 3-hole hitter, Jay Cassidy. 0 for 2, but he's reached base twice, both via the fielder's choice, and he got caught stealing his first time he reached. First pitch there, inner half, said it was a little bit too far in, 1-0. Torres going to clean it off the rubber before he steps back on it. Nick Fusari down there at third playing in. Durfee tried to frame that one. It looked like he caught the inner half there. 2-0 now. Playing way back here at first, it's going to be Zach Bullard. He's playing probably about 10 feet behind the first base bag here. Reeser playing in shallow right field at second. 2-0 on the way. That one's going to be low, 3-0 now. Zach LaFotta at short playing on the edge of the outfield grass as well. The outfielders are playing a little bit deeper as they played the rest of the lineup here. Jay Cassidy has big pop in that left-handed bat of his. He's got a plus count right now, 3-0 on the way from Torres, and Torres walks him. First walk issued today by Chris Torres, and it is a 4-pitch one. He has hit a batter, but that is a 4-pitch walk. So now the designated hitter, Kyle Schofield, another left-handed batter, steps up to the plate. Thought we were going to see head coach Marty Slamack emerge from the dugout. He has stepped to the edge, and yes, he will. So will he let his starter Chris Torres go and attack Kyle Schofield, or will he call it to the bullpen? One more out to get the guy a win through 4 2/3. He went 4 2/3 in his first outing. If he could have finished there, he'd got the win in that ball game as well. Coach Slamack is going to go out there and talk to him. Have an infield meeting here. Cassidy on first. We'll have Schofield at the plate. Slamack will walk off. So, yes, staying in the game will be Chris Torres. I would only assume if he does not get Schofield out that he will be out of the ball game. But Torres has been cool under pressure all day. The tan catcher's mitt of Brendan Durfee has made it back out there on the diamond as well, for all those wondering at home. And now stepping up is going to be the left-handed batter, Kyle Schofield. Jay Cassidy on first. He got a 4-pitch walk. And now Torres going to face Schofield. Big curveball there. Didn't break enough. Left it up. 1-0 now. 5 straight balls from Torres. Middle infield playing way back on the edge of the outfield grass. Holding him at first, Zach Bullard holding Cassidy. Fusari at third playing way in on the infield grass. That's going to be a fastball in the outer half, even up at 1-1. Home half of the 5th inning. 4-0 ball game. Cal Lewis hung up 2-2 in the top half of the 4th and 5th innings to make it a 4-0 lead. This was a good ball hit out the left field, breaking back Carrillo, and he's able to catch that one, backing up for out number 3. A little Oppo Taco there, but Carrillo has no problem with it, as they'll leave one runner on there in the home half of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on. That'll conclude matters here in the 5th. Heading to the top of the 6th inning, you're listening to Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on Welcome back, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube and Z98.7 FM. The Birmingham Southern Panthers have just stepped in to Loudermilk Field, getting ready for their 2 p.m. matchup against your Piedmont Lions. Out here on the diamond right now, though, heading into the top half of the 6th inning between the Cal Lou Kingsmen and the captains from Christopher Newport. Thomas Wales still out there on the bump for Christopher Newport. Leading us off here is going to be the 9-hole hitter, the third baseman, Nick Fusari for Cal Lou. He's going to take a first pitch ball. 1-0. 9-1-2 due up here for Cal Lou. One and 0. That bounces in the dirt. That looks like a bowling ball right there. 2 balls and no strikes. Thomas Wells pitching out of the stretch here exclusively. 2-0 on the way. It's going to be a fastball to catch the outer half to Fusari at 2-1 now. Coming set, Wells out there on the bump. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here it comes. Big breaking ball there. Fusari turned his back to it. It was a very large break. Didn't quite break over the plate, though. 3 balls and 1 strike. Righty-righty matchup here. 3-1 now. And that one is out of the zone outside. Fusari draws a 5-pitch walk. That'll turn the lineup over back up to the shortstop, Zach LaFada. Fusari reached all 3 times now. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks standing out there on first. LaFada has yet to reach today but does have a sac fly and an RBI. Wells looks over at first to Fusari. Throws it home. Good breaking stuff there. Just bounces in the dirt, though. 1-0. Fusari, if you recall, last time he got on base, got caught in a rundown. Or excuse me, the first time he got on base, single back earlier in the game. Got caught in a rundown, and they dropped the ball out there in the baseline, unable to get him out. So he's taking a pretty good lead over there right now. We'll see if Wells checks him back. He doesn't. This one's hit to the shortstop, Fisher. 6, 4, 3. Did they get him? No. LaFada trips over the bag as well. But however you get there, and he's safe at first. So LaFada and Fusari trade places at first. He's trying to turn a double play. They only get 1 at second, and that'll bring up the 2-hole hitter, the left fielder, Austin Carrillo. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out, but has also reached once via a walk. So LaFada on first, Carrillo up at the plate. Righty-lefty matchup here with Wells versus Carrillo. Looking over at first, LaFada. LaFada going to get himself a good lead. Good secondary there. This one bounces in the dirt. LaFada takes off to second. He'll be there without a throw. That's what a good secondary lead gets you there. To all the youngsters watching, he's standing out there on second. 1-0 count now, Austin Carrillo. Shadows starting to begin to cast more and more out there on the field. It's a Loudermilk Field sign right above us. Almost about touching the infield dirt now. LaFada almost takes off there. A big curveball, though, to Carrillo at the plate, evens it up at 1-1. LaFada got a good enough jump. I think he could have been the third standing up, but he stopped about halfway there and retreated back to second. Jonathan Fisher, the shortstop, giving signs out there. There's now Wells will look in for the sign. He'll come set. Looks back at second. 1-1 delivery on the way. Big curveball there. Chop foul down the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Getting your lines. If you're tuning in for Piedmont Lions and you're wondering where they are, they'll be here at 2 p.m. when they face the 7th nationally ranked team in the country, the Birmingham Southern Panthers, 2 p.m. here this afternoon. We'll have it here, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Myself and Troy Wyman will be on the call for that one. 1-2 on the way. This one hit back up the middle. Elliott cannot make the play. They'll send LaFada from third. No, they'll send him back as Elliott runs into shallow right field. The shortstop Fisher runs into shallow right center to make the play. LaFada will be held at third. He went to take off and then retreated. So then Carrillo's now at first. LaFada at third. And now Max Everly steps up to the dish. And they'll call that an E4 on Elliott. Our official scoring up here in the booth. So 1 out, 2 ducks on the corners. Bring up to the plate the 3-0 hitter, Max Everly. He is 3 for 3 in reaching today, as he has a walk and is 2 for 2 at the plate with 2 singles and a run scored. That bounces at 57 feet, and LaFada can just jog home there. Also advancing Carrillo from first to second, make that a 5-0 lead now for Cal-Lu. Carrillo out there on second. At the plate, Max Everly working in a favorable 1-0 count. He sends this one out to right field, got a good carry to it. Crossing gets under, gets a little crossed up, gets under at the warning track, tagging up Carrillo second to third. And now out number 2, Carrillo will tag up on it, second to third. So now 2 outs. Zach Bullard steps up to the dish. The cleanup hitter is going to face the right-handed Thomas Wells, swinging it from the left side. So 2 runs, and now 1 run in 4th, 5th, and 6th consecutively. Cal-Lu's been able to hang some numbers up there on that left center field scoreboard here at Piedmont. This one's up and away, fastball there. 1-0 count now. We saw Cal-Lu get destroyed by BSC yesterday, and they're coming in here today making a statement. 5-0 here in the top half of the 6th. That one fouled up and out of play, 1-1. And that's just kind of how baseball is. You see Christopher Newport lose a close one last night to Piedmont, 6-5 on a walk-off on the last play of the game, last pitch of the game. And then now Cal-Lu coming in here today off of a game yesterday that was obviously not favorable in their outcome, and now winning 5-0. 1-1. That one bounces in the dirt yet again. Carrillo thought about it, but he'll retreat back to third. Carrillo wearing a right arm wrap out there while he's running the bases. Not sure if he's wearing that at the plate or not. But I haven't seen that. He's also wearing one of those oven mitts, sliding mitts that you wear, so you don't break any of your fingers when you go into the bag. 2 balls, 1 strike at the plate here, 2 outs. 2-1 on the way. That one's way off the plate. Drew Caroline had to save that one from going to the backstop. Fastball there. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here with 2 outs now. Trying to stop the bleeding. That's what it seemed like here in the past 3 top halves of the inning. That's what Thomas Wells' job to do right now. It's a foul tip to the back. Stop here, full count now, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. Bullard putting together some great ABs today, as we mentioned, 1 for 2. He's reached twice, though, with a hit and a walk. He'll step back in the box here, waiting on the 3-2. Big pitch here, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. And that one's in the dirt. They'll say he went for out number 3. Able to bring 1 more across, though. 1 run, no hits, 1 error, 1 left on for Cal-Lu. Going to the home half of the 6th. The Kingsmen are leading captains here 5-0. You're listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. All right. In the city. We got a new pitcher, number 23. Zach Creighton. Zach Creighton is your new pitcher, number 23. Thank you. Oh. Here on Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Zach Creighton is going to step on to the diamond. A freshman. He's made 2 appearances this year, 2 innings pitched. Has not allowed a hit or a run yet. 4 strikeouts and 1 walk in 2 innings of work. Chris Torres, who is in line to be the winning pitcher right now, he had a very great outing. Keeps it ERA on the year, or ERA in the game, at 0. As he went 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and 1 hit by a pitch. So he really only allowed 2 guys on with a walk and a hit that he probably shouldn't have. But besides that, just an incredible outing from the junior Chris Torres. Zach Creighton, a freshman, will take the reins now. He's been pretty good so far. Been pretty good this year thus far. So let's see if he can continue that right here in the home half of the 6th inning. Leading us off here is going to be the 5-hole hitter, the right fielder, Scott Crossan, 1 for 2 today with a single. We have yet to see an extra base hit in a ball game by either team. Every hit today has been a single. All 11 hits. It's very rare right there. 0-1 delivery on the way. Big swing and miss there from Crossan. Fastball up and away, runs it to 0-2. Creighton working with a bit of tempo as well. As his counterpart, the starting pitcher for the Kingsmen, Chris Torres, was doing much of the same. Oh-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, fastball up at the top of the zone. 3 pitches and a strikeout there. Zach Creighton is coming up in here amped up with his first strikeout of the game. Alec Riley steps up to the dish now. The left-handed hitting left fielder. So righty-lefty matchup here. Fastball on the outer half. Be called a ball. Looks like Creighton's bringing some good velo here. We don't have an official radar gun or anything up here, but if I had to assume just by off the eye test, definitely high 80s, low 90s. Another fastball off of the plate there, 2-0 now. Riley today also 1 for 2. 2-0 delivery to him. Big sweeping breaking ball there. Even it up at 2-1. Right down the middle, too. Breaking into the left-handed hitting Riley. Defense playing him straight up. That fastball up and out of the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Fusari still playing on the edge of the infield grass. He's been doing that all day, though. Nothing new there. As we'll see him come set out there on the mound, 3-1. Swing and a miss there. That looked like a changeup and a foul tip's what they'll say. Caught behind Durfee behind the plate. Same result anyway. So now a full count with 1 out here. Looking for the second out and second strikeout of the inning now for Zach Creighton. He shakes off Durfee once. Now he'll come set, pitching exclusively out of the stretch. Full count delivery on the way. This one's fouled back into the net. Do 3-2 yet again. Creighton kind of reminds me of a Craig Kimbrell, just eyeballing him through a batter and a half thus far. Big fastball and really working off of his off-speed stuff, kind of secondary. Wind up very much so like Kimbrell as well. High leg kick, 3-2 delivery. That fastball looked like he caught the outer half there. It'll be ruled a ball in ball number 4. So we'll see Riley walk down the first. Now stepping up to the dish, Braden Hodges. Hodges 0 for 1. See, he's reached via a fielder's choice and a hit by a pitch. Big sweeping breaking ball there. That's disgusting. Catches the outer half to right-handed hitting Hodges. 0-1. Riley at first. Hodges at the plate. Out there on the mound, Zach Creighton. Looks like head coach Marty Slamack has got a good one here, and Creighton coming out of the bullpen. Another fastball that just dances across the strike zone. 0-2. Comes set. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here for Creighton, 1 on. 0-2 on the way. That one's way off the plate. That's a waste pitch there. 1-2. Shadows again starting to creep in. The American flag starting to pick up out there at right center. So the wind's starting to pick up, probably about 3 or 4 miles per hour now. A beautiful day here in Demorest. A beautiful day to come out and watch a baseball game. 1-2 on the way. All-speed pitch low and away there. Even it up at 2-2. Durfee steps back on. Behind the plate. Creighton steps back on. Brendan Durfee barking out commands for his young pitcher. Sophomore behind the plate. Freshman out there on the mound. Quite the duo here for Cal Lou. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. It's some gas right there for out number 2. Oh, my goodness. We need a radar gun up here because this guy is pumping it out there on the mound. Drew Caroline, the backstop for Christopher Newport, steps up to the plate. Caroline 1 for 2 this afternoon with a strikeout and a single. Again, still have not seen an extra base hit today, and we are in the home half of the 6th inning. And we've seen 11 hits. It's not like we got a no-hitter on both sides going or something. We've seen 11 hits and 5 runs, but no extra base hits. Big breaking ball there on the first pitch. Outside to the right-hander, Drew Caroline. 1-0 count now with 2 outs. 1-0 on the way. Big fastball there. Foul tipped to the backstop. Even it up at 1-1. Starting to pack in here, Birmingham Southern. See the ladies tennis team just enter in here. So men's and women's tennis team will be playing Piedmont, as well as the men's baseball be going on down here at the Diamond this afternoon. So the battle of the cats, men's and women's tennis and baseball. That one fouled back into the net. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And still got a few Cal Lou, a few Christopher Newport fans made the trip down from Newport News, Virginia, and away across the United States from out there in California. 1-2 on the way. Little check swing, foul ball up there near the tennis courts. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs now. And Creighton really settling in there. If you told me he was a freshman, I wouldn't believe you until I looked at the roster. This guy's very poised out there on the mound. Runner on first. He's really only worried about Caroline at the plate. 1-2 on the way. And another big curveball. I think that one was up and out of the zone, but it's fouled off yet again up near the tennis courts. We'll do 1-2 yet again. Keeps throwing him that curveball there. Might speed him up here with a high fastball. Creighton comes set. 1-2 on the way. It is a fastball. Spin him up. Instead of fouling this one out of play, foul it into the backstop. And we'll do 1-2 yet again. Creighton comes back, gets on the rubber, looks in for the sign. Drew Caroline staying alive up there in the right-handed batter's box. Here comes the 1-2 on the way, and a fastball. I guess it was a little low. It was definitely over the plate. Now that'll even us up at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. Deuce is wild for the 4th time today. 2-2 on the way. This was chopped down the third base line. Fusari has a play, fires one across the diamond. Good scoop from Bullet at first, and he's caught out. What a play there. Deep in third base territory by Nick Fusari. Backhand that one and fire that one all the way across the diamond for out number 3. That concludes matters here in the home half of the 6th inning. Cal Lou still shutting out Christopher Newport 5-0. You are listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back here. A pitching change, the fourth pitcher, the third pitching change of the day for Christopher Newport is going to be the sophomore Jack Braley. Brett Loftus here, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube and Z98.7 FM, getting ready to start the top half of the 7th inning. Braley, a sophomore, at a 6.75 ERA as a freshman. Appeared in 8 games, started 3 of those, had 1 save as well out of the bullpen, as he had 23 strikeouts and 13 walks, making his first appearance here in the 2022 season. Into the line there for Thomas Wells. Thomas Wells, an inning and a third, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Due up here for Cal Lou. Looks like it's going to be... Yes, it's going to be Nolan Brooks, 5, 6, and 7, due up here in the top of the 7th inning. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Cal Lou. Christopher Newport out hitting Cal Lou, but down by 5. 0 runs, 6 hits, and 3 errors for Christopher Newport. Christopher Newport, those 3 errors have really what has killed them this afternoon thus far. Great defense wins ball games, but again, bad defense can lose you a ball game in an instant in baseball. Still 9 outs to play with, Christopher Newport has, down by 5. Jack Braley, first pitch there, low and away, 1-0 count now to the designated hitter, Nolan Brooks. Brooks 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. 1-0 almost catches Brooks in the shoulder instead of a go to the backstop. 2-0 net. And Cal Lewis scored in the top half of their inning now 3 straight times, looking to make it 4 here. 2 in the top of the 4th, 2 in the top of the 5th, 1 in the top of the 6th. Brooks takes that one low and away there, 3-0 now. Braley can't seem to find a strike zone yet, just checking into the ball game. 3-0 on delivery on the way. That one just catches the outer half to the right-handed Brooks. 3-1 now. Braley will be pitching out of the windup here, out of the bullpen. As we mentioned, he did start 3 games last year, so maybe a converted starter. 3-1, bounces in the dirt. 5-pitch walk here to Nolan Brooks. First time he'll reach today, as that's going to bring up the right fielder, Gordon Richardson. Gordon's been hitting it all over the yard today. 1 for 3 with a ground out. 2 flyouts and a single as well. He's also scored 1 of the 5 runs for Cal Lou. Out of the stretch now for Braley. Good breaking ball there, catches the outer half. 0-1 now. Richardson gets a sign, steps back in the box here. Braley checks first, comes set out there on the bump. 0-1 on the way. Just catches the outer half of Lake. Strike 2 called there. Another good breaking ball from Braley. 0-2. So not able to find the strike zone there in the first AB. Looks like Braley settled in a little bit out there on the bump. So now no balls, 2 strikes, no outs here to the right fielder, Gordon Richardson. 0-2 on the way. That one bounces in the dirt. Brooks looked like he wanted to go, but he'll get back in time over there at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Very quiet Loudermilk Field right now. Up by 5, Cal Lou over Christopher Newport. Newport needing a quick inning and give it back to the bats in the home half of the 7th. 1-2 delivery on the way. That one is in the dirt. Brooks is going to advance to second as it just got away from Drew Caroline to his right. And that'll even us up at the plate 2-2 and take away the double play possibility on the ground. So now Braley will have to deal with a runner on second in scoring position, and still Richardson at the plate with no outs here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comes a delivery from Braley. Richardson sending this one out behind first place. Cassidy has a beat on it. It'll fall. Right fielder Crossan will pick it up, throw it back in. Richardson with a single, and then advancing to third on that one, Nolan Brooks. Cassidy looked like he got eat up by the turf monster right there as he tried to catch that one behind first. So now with runners on the corners and no outs, steps up to Cal Lou backstop of Brendan Durfee. He's 0 for 1 with a stolen base, a run, a ground out, and 2 walks. It's quite the day for Brendan Durfee. He's reached twice without getting a hit yet. Maybe he can get his first hit here. Richardson was taken off. Durfee fouls this one down the left field line and out of play. 0-1 now. It's kind of been the story today for the CNU pitchers. They have really good stuff, able to work ahead in counts, but it just seems like when they do work ahead in the counts, they work behind, and then Cal Lou has been very good at just moving the line today. Again, no extra base hits on either side, just able to move the line, and that's how Cal Lou has been able to bring 5 across. Richardson takes off again. The throw beats him, and the tag does too. Richardson hosed out at second by Drew Caroline for out number 1. Richardson got a really good jump there too, but Drew Caroline with a perfect throw there and a good tag by the shortstop Jonathan Fisher. So now with a runner on third, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Nolan Brooks, anything in the air, he figure he'll tag up and make it a 6-0 game if it's deep enough in the outfield. Jack Braley comes set on the bump. 1-1 on the way. That one's in the dirt. Good play by Caroline to keep that one in arm's reach. Drew Caroline has had to do everything behind the plate today. This guy might get an off day tomorrow with how much he's had to move around back there. All the infielders are playing on the edge of the infield grass except for Cassidy. Cassidy gets the memo now. He'll step up there. So trying to limit a run here. This one up and out of the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike now. And at this point, you might as well walk around Durfee. Give you a double play opportunity here. Still have that runner on third. 3-1. You got to come to Durfee here. Again, anything hitting the outfield is probably going to be a run here for Cal Lou. 3-1 on the way. This one's chopped back up the middle. Oh, and gets under the glove of Daniel Elliott. That was a hard hit ball. I don't know if he'd got that one playing in his regular position. Make it 6-0 Cal Lou. Kyle Reeser now up to the dish. Durfee standing on first. 1 out, 6-0 ball game. Make that 4 straight innings that Cal Lou has now scored in. A hit and RBI given to Brendan Durfee there, his first hit of the day. 6-0 ball game for Cal Lou. This one in the dirt again, Drew Caroline. He's getting his yoga exercise in with how many times he's had to go down to the ground like that and try to block the ball. 1-0 count now. Get a time called here. Pinch runner over there at first for Brendan Durfee. Pinch runner will be Sean Blandino, senior from Manhattan Beach, California. So up 6-0. Cal brings in a pinch runner for their backstop. Warming up in the bullpen, Will Watson for Cal. Right-handed pitcher, also a two-way guy. This one up and out of his own 2-0 count now to Reeser. Kyle Reeser 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Really important at bat today, though, that really got Cal started. He struck out on a ball in the dirt. Caroline threw it down to first. Gordon Richardson able to score on that, though, from third. That's out of the zone there. 3-0 now to Kyle Reeser. So 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out here. Blandino pitch runner at first. And this is, I guess, inside there. Looked right down the middle from up here, but I guess it was called inside. That's a 4-pitch walk. Runners on first and second now. Stepping up to the dish, the third baseman, Nick Fusari. Fusari 1 for 1 today with 2 walks. Reached in all 3 of his plate appearances. So Fusari got a chance to increase the lead even more. First pitch there, backs Fusari off the plate, 1-0. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. This one hit down the right field line and foul, evens it up at 1-1. Again, trying to stop the bleeding yet again. This one fouled down the right field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. It's 6-0 ball game. There we go. Having some technical difficulties here with our scoreboard. There it goes 6-0. Trying to figure that out up here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Nick Fusari at the plate. Double play would be the best friend for Jack Braley right now. Obviously, Fusari thinking otherwise. Getting ready to go into the 7th inning stretch. Birmingham Southern and Piedmont will be playing here at 2 p.m. Make sure you stay with us. Troy Wyman and I will be on the call here. Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. This one hit out to second. Elliott 4-6-3. And no, they'll say that he was safe at first. So only the 4-6 there. So now with 2 outs, coming back up to the dish, it'd be Zach Lovato turning over the lineup. 0 for 1, but a sac fly and an RBI for Zach today, as he also reached via a fielder's choice. So got runners on the corners now, as we'll come back here on Z98.7 FM. Sorry, again, technical difficulties there. We had a ground out 4-6, almost on a 4-6-3 double play there. And now over to first, the guy was safe at first, and former Nick Fusari. Now Lafada up at the plate, taking first pitch, breaking ball, strike called number 1 on the outer half. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Jack Braley trying to work out of this inning. So they've already brought 1 across here, 4 straight innings Cal-Lou's been able to score in. 2-2, 1-1, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings now. And that'll be a called strike there on the outer half. 1 ball, 2 strikes now 2 outs here with runners on the corners to the leadoff man, Zach Lafata. Lafata awaits the 1-2 from Jack Braley out there on the mound. The sophomore right-hander. Big swing and a miss there for strike number 3 and out number 3 here in the top half of the 7th inning. We're going to go stretching here after 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on there in the top half of the 7th. You are listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Okay. New catcher in the ball game now for Cal Lou. It's going to be the guy that started yesterday behind the plate, senior Jalen Parks. And we're also going to have a new pitcher in the ball game as well. It's going to be the guy that was warming up last half inning for Cal Lou, Will Watson, a two-way player, freshman from Bow, Washington. We saw Watson take a hack at the plate yesterday in the loss to BSC. Watson, 3 at-bats actually yesterday after he checked in. 0 for 3, did have his first career RBI though, as he's a freshman from Bow, Washington. Sidearm guy, we're going to see him here. Again, going to pitch to the new catcher, Jalen Parks. Maybe going to help him out a little bit. Again, Christopher Newport trails 6-0 to Cal Lou. Cal Lou looking to make it 2-1 here in this early season tournament at Piedmont. 6-1 on the year. Only blemish on their resume was the 14-2 loss to Birmingham Southern yesterday. Christopher Newport in danger, in a lot of danger of falling to 0-2 here after the walk-off loss against Piedmont last night, and then trailing 6-0 here in the home half of the 7th. Will Watson getting ready to make his collegiate debut on the mound. Made his collegiate debut. Make his debut here in this series. Hasn't made his collegiate debut on the mound this year thus far. 2 innings pitched, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. His debut this tournament thus far on the mound, as that one is up and out of the zone. 1-0. Righty-righty matchup here, as he is going to face the shortstop Jonathan Fisher. 9-1-2 due up here for Christopher Newport. 1-0 on the way off the plate there. 2 balls, no strikes now. Watson again, like one of those two-way guys, a right-handed pitcher and also an infielder as well. So cool to see the game continuing to change, kind of the way back it used to be. Two-way guys that can pitch, play the infield, outfield, hit, do it all. A baseball player. See this one fouled back into the net by Fisher. Moving to 2 balls and 1 strike. Home half of the 7th. Two and 1 on the way, up and away, and that is a called strike 2 there to even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 error there for Cal Lou. No runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Christopher Newport. Christopher Newport trying to get something started here. That one's going to be just off the plate, I assume, as Fisher runs it full now at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no out here to the leadoff man in the home half of the 7th, Jonathan Fisher. He's going to chop this one out to the second baseman. Reeser plays this one off a couple of hops, throws it over to first to Bullard for out number 1. Flip over the lineup here, is now stepping up to the dish. Connor Clark. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a single and 2 ground outs. Still no extra base hits today. That is incredible to me. We have seen 13 hits, all of which are singles. Pitching out of the stretch, Will Watson exclusively. That'll almost hit Clark. Clark able to move out of the way there. 1 ball, no strikes now, 1 out here. Face the righty Fisher, and now we'll face the lefty Clark. Big swing and a miss there, 1-1. Then we'll face the lefty Elliott on deck, switch hitter, on deck, swinging it from the left side. Coming set out there on the bump, looking in. Comes the 1-1 from Will Watson. Swing and a miss yet again from Connor Clark. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Home plate umpire gives us the 1-2 signal there. Connor Clark steps back in. Some good tempo here from these Cal pitchers. Coming set, Will Watson. 1-2 on the way. Another swing and a miss. 3 straight swings and misses there from the nasty stuff of Will Watson. Sit him down for out number 2. Daniel Elliott, another two-way guy. Two-way guys going to face each other here in Watson and Elliott. Elliott 2 for 3 thus far with 2 singles and a strikeout looking. Again, Jalen Parks, if you missed it, came in and is now catching behind the plate as he replaced Brendan Durfee, who was pitch ran for there in the top half of the 7th. Inner half there, called strike number 1. Looked like a slider there. 0-1 count now. Oh, 1 on the way. Looked like that was a foul tip out of Parks' glove there. So now no balls, 2 strikes here. 2 outs, working quickly as Will Watson trying to get out of the bottom of the 7th inning. Watson comes set. 0-2 delivery in the dirt, and we'll go to the backstop here. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Watson steps back on the rubber. Defense playing normal, except for Fusari at third, which he's been playing up on the infield grass all day. 1-2 on the way. This one's sent up and behind this foul over near the Piedmont softball fields. Watson comes set. Still trying to get out of his home half of the 7th. He's worked quickly, looking to make it 3 up and 3 down. 1-2 on the way. That one is up and out of the zone. That'll make the deuce wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for our 5th time here today. Captain still fighting to get back into this one, fighting to get a run first and kind of chip away. 2-2 on the way. This one sent up to shoot. Will it stay in play? Parks drops the mask, going near the third base dugout. And it looked like it stayed in play there, but Parks couldn't get to it. He dropped his helmet near the third base dugout of the Christopher Newport Captains. They'll toss it back to him, and now we'll have to do the 2-2 yet again. Will Watson gets a new ball out there on the mound. Jalen Parks gets his helmet back on. Watson comes set. 2-2 on the way. That one takes a 57-foot bounce to run it full at 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Seen a lot of guys pitching backwards today. We've seen guys getting plus counts to go to negative counts, and that's what we're seeing right here. 0-2 turns into 3-2. Good AB right here from Daniel Elliott. Full count on the way. Send this one down to third. Fusari makes a diving play on it. It'll be called foul. Just left of the bag. Elliott more than likely would have been safe there. Good play by Fusari, as that's that range we're talking about there. Diving play. Nonetheless, still getting in some infield work there here in the home half of the seventh with 2 outs. Full count to be done yet again. Elliott to step back up to the box here. Shadows haven't moved too much since the last time we mentioned them. 12:54 Eastern Standard Time here. PM on the East Coast. Full count on the way. This one's chopped out to the shortstop. LaFada makes the play, throws it over to first for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the freshman reliever Will Watson heading to the 8th inning. Cal Lou still up 6-0 here. You're listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Back here at the Milk Jug, getting ready to begin the top half of the 8th inning. I'm Brett Loftus here, Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. 2, 3, and 4 due up now for Cal Lutheran. Now beginning his second inning of work will be the sophomore right-hander Jack Braley. Every pitcher that has pitched for Christopher Newport today has at least 1 earned run. Braley had 1 earned in his last inning there. First pitch here, Carrillo sends this one out to left field. Riley tried to make the diving play. That's in fair territory. Popped out of his glove on the dive. Carrillo with a stand-up double. Austin Carrillo with the sweet swing there. He was 0 for 3 going to that AB, now 1 for 4. Max Heverly up to the dish. He's 2 for 3 today. Reached in 3 of his 4 plate appearances. And we'll see Carrillo out there. You can see him on your screen if you're watching us on YouTube. He puts on his oven mitt out there at second, and then he's going to put on that shoulder wrap. I've seen guys use the oven mitt, but I hadn't seen too many guys wear the shoulder wrap out there on base. I guess that's something to do. Maybe Carrillo might be dealing with an injury, or maybe it slid into the bag before it messed up his shoulder. I'm not sure. So righty-righty matchup here. Out there on the bump, Braley versus Heverly. Big curveball there. It'll be up. 1-0 count now. See Carrillo put it on out there. It's like a sleeve, and then he just throws it around the helmet. Left arm through. Bam! There it goes. It's a pretty interesting contraption out there Austin Carrillo's got on at second base. 1-0 on the way. This one's chopped out to the shortstop. Fisher looks him back. Cassidy catches it in the air and has to apply the tag. Came off the bag. Had to use all 6'4" in that frame, and comes down and is able to apply the tag on Heverly. So Fisher looks Carrillo back at second, throws it across the diamond, almost committed an E6. Saved by his first baseman, Cassidy. And now the opposing first baseman steps up to the dish, and Zach Bullard, 1 for 3 today with an RBI single. Austin Carrillo right there, too. Our first extra base hit of the game, I would like to point out, on either side. That was our 14th hit of the game, and the first 13 were all singles. This one bounces in the dirt. Carrillo will get to third standing up. Caroline needs to save it, though, so he doesn't come all the way home. This ball went all the way to the on-deck circle of the first base dugout of Cal Lou. So now 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here, and Austin Carrillo standing on third, and in their left-handed batter's box, Zach Bullard. Six runs, 8 hits, 1 error there for Cal Lutheran. No runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Christopher Newport. Newport now going to come in on the infield grass here, not trying to allow a 7th run. Braley 1-0 delivery here to Bullard off the plate, 2-0. Grab the bull by the horn, we hear from the dugout of Cal Lou. It's a very true statement in life. Some good life advice. I guess Bullard needs to grab the bull by the horn right here and send one into the outfield. 2-0 delivery. He does just that. Left center field. Clark on his horse. That'll land, and it'll be able to go for a mile. Bullard is going to stop at second. Carrillo able to go home and just about walk home. 7-0. Cal Lou leads now. So we hadn't seen an extra base hit for 7 innings, and now in the top of the 8th, we see 2 and 3 at-bats. So Bullard stands on second. And now the designated hitter, Nolan Brooks, steps up to the dish. Got a right-hander warming up out there in the bullpen for Christopher Newport. Also a right-hander warming up for Cal Lou. So 2 right-handers warming up for each team respectively, 1 each. This one almost hits Brooks. 1 ball, no strikes. $7-0 ball game. And with that RBI double from Zach Bullard, that now makes it 5 straight innings in which Cal Lewis scored. That one's in the dirt. They'll say Brooks went on the check swing. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. So they scored 2 in the top of the 4th, 2 in the top of the 5th, 1 in the top of the 6th, 1 in the top of the 7th, and now 1 in the top of the 8th. And looking to make it more here, only with 1 away. Nolan Brooks at the dish with some beautiful Jordan 1 cleats. Really like those, purple and black. Low and away there. That catches the lower part of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, Bullard on second. Waiting in the looms to take AB will be a pinch hitter, Ben Wangren, on deck. So we'll see if he can get up here. 1-2 on the way. That bounces. Bullard will stay at second. Good play again by Drew Caroline. His defense has been about as good as it gets today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braley looks in for the sign. He'll come set. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Delivery on the way. And he'll take strike 3 looking. Nolan Brooks, a big curveball right down Broadway. And that'll be out number 2. Pitch hitting for Garrett Richardson will be Ben Wangren. So we'll assume Wang will come in defensively and play right field as well. Making the changes on the scorecard or the home plate umpire is the home plate umpire. Letting the third base dugout of Christopher Newport know as well here in the top half of the 8th inning with 2 outs. Up 7-0 Cal Lou. Good comeback game from yesterday. That big loss they had to BSC 14-2. Christopher Newport being shut out after their heartbreaking loss 6-5 to the Lions last night. Wangren fouls this one off down the first base line. It'll stay in play. No balls, 1 strike here. Wangren, no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to him. Coming set is Braley, 0-1 on the way. Big swing and a miss there, and it looked like a slider. No balls and 2 strikes now here with 2 outs. Again, BSC Birmingham Southern will play your Piedmont Lions here at 2 p.m. We'll have it right here, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. If the first pitch does get moved back to this game, we'll also let you know that here at the conclusion of it. Big curveball there, up and out of the zone. That'll run it to 1-2 now here with 2 outs. And Bullard out there on second. Braley gets the sign, comes set, looks back Bullard at second, 1-2 on the way. Wangren sends this one down the third base line and foul. About 3 feet to the left of the bag there. So we'll do 1-2 yet again. Haven't seen any puppy dogs yet here today. Looking around for those right now. Do have some cats though in the form of the Lions and the Panthers. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it comes. Wangren sends this one up to shoot, up and out of play down the first base line. So we'll do 1-2 yet again. Jack Braley really had to fight and claw his way for every out he's gotten to get this Cal-Lou lineup. Very good hitting squad here as they look to make the East Coast trip worth it and improve to 2-0 here in the Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. 6-1 on the season. Take that one low and in. And Drew Caroline went to go to the dugout, and the home plate umpire said, come back here. We're going to even it up out at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. That'll make the Deuces wild for 6 times today. 6 time, rather should I say. Maybe Caroline can go back to the dugout after this one. 2-2 on the way. This one is sent out to the shortstop, Fisher. He'll gather it up, throw it to first for out number 3. Again, Cal-Lou is able to strike 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on. 2 extra base hits, the first 2 of the ball game. You're listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Looking to do what his counterpart Will Watson did in the home half of the 7th. 1, 2, and 3. Going to lead us off here is going to be the heart of the lineup. Jay Cassidy, 3, 4, and 5 will hit here in the home half of the 8th for Christopher Newport. Looking to make a comeback here, 7-0. Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. I am Brett Loftus. Clay Rickerman in the ball game to pitch for for Cal Lutheran. Rickerman this season has made 3 appearances, 3 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, no strikeouts, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. So a 0 ERA thus far. Pretty good, pretty clean slate from the right-handed senior, Clay Rickerman. And he'll have to face the 3-hole hitter of Jay Cassidy Cassidy. Been pretty quiet this afternoon. 0 for 2 with a walk and has reached base three times, via fielder's choice and a walk. He'll take a first pitch strike there. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs here. Home half of the 8th inning. Clay Rickerman. Good pitch there. That's sent back up the middle. Right to Zach LaFada at shortstop. He'll catch that one for an L6 and an out number 1. Now stepping up the left-handed hitting designated hitter, Kyle Schofield.
Number 26, Kyle Schofield.
Schofield 0 for 3 today. Been pretty quiet here. A ground out and 2 fly outs. Another righty-lefty matchup. And then we'll see another righty-lefty matchup with Scott Crossan on deck. Rickerman will step off. Rickerman with the stirrups as well, as do most of the Cal guys have on. I love the stirrups, the old school look here. Rickerman with the goggles. First pitch here. Look like a little sinking action there. And the 0-1 count now with 1 out. Christopher Newport down by 7. They got 5 outs to play with. And if they can't draw across 7, they will be beginning their 2022 campaign at 0-2. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one's walloped out to right field. Cannot make a play on it. Bounce in front of the newly subbed in right fielder, Ben Wangren. He's able to get his first hit of the day and of the season, Kyle Schofield.
Now, step to the plate, number 4, Scott Crossan.
So now the left-handed hitting DH, Scott Crossan, 1 for 3 today, steps up to the dish. With a runner on first. Double play opportunity. Fusari playing up on the infield grass there at third. Rickerman checks over there at first on Schofield. Schofield says, I'm doing just fine and I'm back safe. Now go back to the plate here. Rickerman will send this one home. It's a bunt down the third base line. He'll have to make a tough play. Fires it across. Be safe there at first. A long wait for the safe call there. So now runners on first and second. And we'll have Alec Riley stepping up to the dish. We'll have a pinch hitter waiting in the looms, though. As it will be Kevin Mackman, a freshman from Centerville, Virginia. But first, we're going to see the left-handed hitting Alec Riley. 2 runners on, 1 out. It's a strike number 1 there. First danger that Clay Rickerman has really ran into all year. He's got to pitch out of it here with 1 out in the home half of the 8th. Rickerman taking a while to get the sign. He finally get it, comes set. Looks at the runner back at second. Comes on him in the 0-1. Chop down to third. Fusari, 5 over to 3. Won't even try to get the double play. Just get the easy out number 2. So that will advance both runners in the scoring position.
Number 34, Kevin Mackman.
Here with 2 outs. And as we mentioned, pitch hitting here, Kevin Mackman, the freshman from Centerville, Virginia. He's pinch hitting here for the third baseman, Braden Hodges. So it looks like Mackman will go defensively to third here when we go back out in the field, when Christopher Newport goes back out in the field, in the top half of the 9th. So runners in scoring position, Clay Rickerman, 2 outs, 2 runners on, second and third. First AB of the college career here for the freshman, Kevin Mackman. Can he make a big impact here? Still scoreless are his captains, 7-0 ball game. He'll send one out to right field. First swing is a collegiate career, and it will produce 2 runs. Wangren gets that one in. They both come in standing up. 7-2 ball game. How about them apples? Kevin Mackman able to come in and be clutch in his first collegiate AB. Sends a good ball out there to right field to score 2. 7-2 ball game now. The captains cut into that deficit down to 5.
Now, step to the plate, number
Eric Lingbach, junior infielder from Oakton, Virginia, hitting from the left side. As he is pinch hitting here for the catcher, Drew Caroline. Again, another left-handed bat here for Christopher Newport. Good first pitch there from Rickerman, 0-1. Like a slider with a little sinking action there. Catch the outer half. Rickerman out of the stretch here. Over there at first, Mackman. First collegiate hit, able to produce 2 runs. 0-1 on the way. This one's sitting down to first. Bullard can just step on first for out number 3. Christopher Newport scoreless, no more. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on to conclude matters here in the 8th inning. 7-5 ball game. Cal Lou looks to get win number 6 here on the 2022 campaign. You're listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Here to begin the top half of the 9th inning from Louder Milk Field. Brett Loftus here, Z98.7 FM, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. As the catcher, Jalen Parks is going to lead us off here. He was an in-game replacement for Brendan Durfee. So we now have on the mound Connor Pinnell, a junior right-hander. Kevin Mackman, who pinch hit in that last bottom half. Bottom half of the 8th there for Christopher Newport. Able to get that 2-run single for his first collegiate hit, playing third. And then behind the plate, we're going to have Will Pellegrino. Pinnell versus Parks. First pitch there, breaking ball in the outer half. 0-1 count. We saw Jalen Parks yesterday. He got to start behind plate. As he'll take that one in the dirt. 1-1 now. Parks 1 for 1 yesterday with a walk in the loss to BSC. As Cal Lou looks to get their 6th win of the year here this afternoon. Big swing and a miss there to breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Pinnell, 5 appearances and 2 starts last season as a sophomore with a 9 ERA. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss there. Pinnell, first batter of the 22 season, turns into a strikeout and out number 1 here in the top of the 9th inning.
Now step to the plate, number 12, Kyle Reeser.
Kyle Reeser going to step up to the dish now. Kyle 0 for 3 with a walk today. Righty-righty matchup here, Piedmont versus Reeser. First pitch a little off the plate there, 1-0 on outside. Again, Piedmont versus Birmingham Southern, scheduled to begin at 2 p.m. As you'll see, strike called, or excuse me, a swing and a miss there, 1-1. If that start time does get pushed back, you can check social media at PU Lions Baseball on Twitter and Instagram. They'll have updates on there. We'll try to give you updates on here. We're not sure about the start time yet. When we do have that, we will have that for you, though, here. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Reeser takes one in the dirt. 1 out as well. 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss there from Reeser. It'll even it up now at 2-2. Two on the way here. This is hit up to shoot, up and out of play, though, down the right field line. 2-2 to be done yet again. 7-2 ball game here. Cal-Lou is led for pretty much all of it, for the exception of the first 3 innings. Christopher Newport able to bring 2 across there in the bottom half of the 8th. As Kyle Reeser strikes out there on a great pitch from Connor Pinnell. 2 up, 2 down. And now stepping up to the plate will be the third baseman, Nick Fusari. Fusari this afternoon, 1 for 2 with 2 walks. Productive day for Fusari at the plate. That one's off the plate there, 1 ball, no strikes. Two outs here. Pinnell looking to make it 3 up, 3 down here. 1-0 delivery. That's going to catch the outer half and even it up at 1-1. Pinnell got a pretty good breaking pitch here. Can't put my finger on what it is. Good fastball, too. A little two-seam action, it appears. 1-1 on the way. That good breaking pitch yet again. Make it 1-2 here. 1 strike away from sending it to the captains in the home half of the ninth. And they'll try to make a comeback down by 5. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss there. 3 up, 3 down. Connor Pinnell strikes out the side. And the captains will have the chance to bat one last time in the bottom of the 9th inning. You're listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Matt Campo, the usual closer here for Cal-Lou, is going to come on here in the 9th in a non-save opportunity with Cal-Lou up by 5 over Christopher Newport. We just got word from head baseball coach here, Justin Scally. First pitch is probably going to be around 2:15 for the Lions and the Panthers. Again, that kind of all depends how long this last half inning goes here between the Kingsmen and the Captains. Campo's still out there warming up. Saw Matt Campo Thursday night as he came in and closed out the game against the Lions. Did allow a run, his first run of the year, as Cole Ellis was able to piece him up and then come around and score. Freshman sensation for the Lions. Can't wait to watch him here in about 45 minutes. Seems like Matt Campo has been warming up out there for about an hour. I guess this one's going to be the throwdown. Looks like we're going to see 9, 1, and 2 here. No, excuse me. The next one will be the throwdown. Pardon me there. I am so sorry. So we'll see a pinch hitter. It looks to start us off. Grant Hartman, a freshman catcher from Burke, Virginia. He'll start us off as he'll pinch hit for Jonathan Fisher. And then Connor Clark back to the top of the lineup on deck. So we're going to have a righty-righty matchup here. Matt Campo versus Grant Hartman. Jalen Parks behind the plate here, now in his third inning of doing that. First 6 innings were caught by Brendan Durfee. Again, Cal-Lou looks to make it 6-1 on the year, 2-1 here in their time in Demorest. They're in the Piedmont early spring tournament. Campo first pitch there, called strike one on the outer half, 0-1. Christopher Newport, unless they can make a major comeback here, they're going to fall to 0-2 on the season. And then they'll have the chance to play again tomorrow against Birmingham Southern. Birmingham Southern going to play here against your Lions in what seems to be about 50 minutes. One on the way. That one's going to be in the dirt there from Campo. 2-1 now. Defense playing straight up here for Cal-Lou. This one sitting down the third base line. Hard hit baseball just left of the bag. Even it up now at 2-2. Cal Lutheran's final game here at the Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. 2-2 on the way from Campo. Big swing and a miss there by Hartman for strike number 3 and out number 1 here. Connor Clark going to make his way back up to the dish for his 5th plate appearance today. He's 1 for 5 with a strikeout and a single. Still no extra base hits from Christopher Newport. So we only have 2 in the game. Both of those coming from Cal-Lou. So we've had 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 error for Cal-Lou. 2 runs. That one hit back up the middle. Can't make the play there. LaFada squirmers out in the right field. Wangren going to come in, throw it back in. And safe at second there will be Connor Clark. See how that one is scored. 2 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors there for Newport. So it'll be 2 for 5 for Connor Clark. We'll see if he gets a double or a single there. Stepping up to the dish now is going to be Shane Keller. So single credited to Clark and a 1-base error. Big breaking ball there to Keller. 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Bottom of the 9th inning, 7-2. Cal-Lou leads over Christopher Newport. And that's a check swing there. Looked like he went. Home plate umpire said he did. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Runner on second in Connor Clark. Connor Clark now with his 3rd hit of the Piedmont Early Spring Tournament. 2nd hit of the ball game. 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss there. Strike 3 in, out number 2. So now with 2 strikes and a runner on second,
Number 17, Jay Cassidy.
Jay Cassidy stepping up to the dish. The left-handed bat has walked and reached twice via fielder choice. Has not gotten a hit today. Only hit he's got in the early spring tournament has been his first swing, which was last night. a solo homer off Piedmont's Bodie Eilerston. First pitch there, big curveball from Campo, 0-1. Just after the conclusion of this game, we'll have a quick post-game show here, and then we'll have about a 30-minute hiatus with the pregame show with Piedmont. There's another swing and a miss there down to the final strike here. And then again, head coach Justin Scally just came up here to the press box and said tentatively the time for the start time between Piedmont and BSC is going to be around 2:15 p.m. 0-2 delivery on the way. Cassidy sends this one out to left field. Carrillo has a beat on it. He'll catch it out there for out number 3. 7-2, Cal Lou over Christopher Newport. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have final stats for both sides. You're listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Final hill 7-2. Cal Lutheran on top of Christopher Newport. Cal Lou's going to take it back to the West Coast. 6-1 overall. 2-1 here during their time in Demorest. And then on the other side, Christopher Newport has dropped to 0-2 here on the season. And they'll look to get their first win on the season and here in Demorest tomorrow when they play Birmingham Southern. Final stats here. 7 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for Cal Lou. 2 runs, 10 hits, and 3 errors for Christopher Newport. Freshman able to get a 2-run single, his first career hit for Christopher Newport. When we come back, we're going to tease our next game we got coming up, a very good game between Birmingham Southern and your Piedmont Lions. You're listening to Z98.7 FM at Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Another 30 seconds. Back here at the Milk Jug, up next, we got your Piedmont Lions playing host. Southern Panthers. I'm Brett Loftus. We'll have it right here, Z98.7 FM in Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Again, it is going to be about 2:15 p.m. starting time, about first pitch. So go ahead, take about the next 45 minutes, take you a break. Go get some water, take a stretch, go outside. It's a 7-2 final. We'll see you here in about 45 minutes for first pitch between the Lions and the Panthers. Thank you again to Madison Gott for producing. She'll be producing for us on the second game as well, and our entire athletic communications staff. You have been listening to Z98.7 FM and Piedmont University.